Clobberin time!
Atomic batteries to power. Turbines to speed.
Roger, ready to move out.
It's Clobberin time! Clobberonimo!
No bloody A, B, C, or D.
Get those nerds! 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 What? I just love Clobberin time!
Yeah, you do, you know you do. Hey. Hello, my good friends. Welcome to Clobberin Times, issue number 545 on YouTube, 1,245 overall. And, of course, it's Wildcard Wednesday night. Look at my new friends. Oh, look at all some great friends popping in. Let's see here. It's kind of I just popped in. It totally by accident popped into me that this is something of an anniversary for me, a personal one, in that I'm sure my buddy D Bud Martin and my buddy Eric K, who created the comic book cabal conspiracy, comic shop owner conspiracy cabal, has noted that I once owned a comic shop, and I opened it up about 35 years ago this week. Yeah, my comic shop, and which was called Mega City Comics. Yes, I'm a Judge Dredd fan. Opened up in 1988 this week, 35 years ago. So I'll talk a little bit about that later. Just saying, weird stuff. Weird stuff. Hello there, beautiful, lovely Sherry. Always great to see that beautiful face. I hope you're doing well, my dear. And good seeing you all. Let's see. Show notes, of course, tomorrow night. The clubhouse is, as always, in session with our good buddies, my wonderful friends, of course, my wonderful first officer, Commander R.M. Briggs, and the great Chief Engineer Monica D with a C. And Saturday night, of course. Oh yeah. So before that, I will be on with on Midnight's Edge After Dark with the great Tom Connors and that august group, and then Friday night 8:30 Central with the great Nick Weiser's on his channel, the Comic Shop Gang, for Friday Night Comic Shop Gang, and then Saturday night we're beginning season 6 of Star Trek Deep Space Nine on Saturday Night Star Trek. Reviewing the first 4 episodes of season 6. Looking forward to that. Sunday night I'll be on the Geekery with the great Mark on the great Mark D's channel at 10 p.m. Eastern, and then Monday night on my channel, right back here at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on Monday Night Mark C. Comics Talk. I will count down my top 25 favorite episodes of the Justice League / Justice League Unlimited animated series from the mid to early 2000s. And I'm looking forward to that because I love that show. That will be loads of fun. And now let's do some shout outs. Because that's what we like to do. And then, we've got a few things to talk about here. Nothing super organized. But as always, we shout out our fantastic wrenches. I don't know who's here yet because I'm not seeing the whole chat, but I'll just start out at the beginning. The great Eric K., the Bronze Wrencher. What's up, buddy? I hope you're doing well, man. Great to see you. And, of course, your pupperoni. I hope the pupperoni's doing well, Kirby. Chris Persia, Randicator Wrench of the North. Thank you, buddy, for all you do. The great Wrench of Iron, D. Bud Martin. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. He always gets the shout out whether he's here or not. That is the great God of the Wrenches, Lord Thoth. And shout out to his lovely better half, Lady Thoth. And, of course, Avon lives, long live the Legion. And they have a pupper, too. Yeah, we love the puppers around here. I can't have a doggy, so I just have to be jealous of my friends who have one. My partner in crime on Earth B, the great J-Man, will be paying a visit to Earth B very soon. Another one, as we do every month, and I'm looking forward to it. The Wrench Without Fear, J-Man, buddy. Good to see you, man. I know you're out there somewhere. And what was it? There was something I wanted to tell you. Can't remember what it is now. Wow, something I was going to tell you, but oh man, it'll come back to me, I hope. They've asked her, the Clobberin artist of the cover of R.M. Briggs' wonderful science fiction book, Science Fiction Tales. Cal L., the Super Wrench, Maddie's daddy, Wielder of Rich Mjolnir, the Thor from Vegas, and of course, the great fans from outsider. And let me see, I'm going to back the chat up, and let's say some shout outs to our friends who are here with us tonight. JT Kurt, what's up, buddy? JT, man, good to see you. Thanks for being here. Captain Infinity and beyond. I was on for a few minutes with my good buddy on his great channel, Captain Infinity. Link in my description below, or anyone who wants to put the link up there, they're welcome to. On Captain Infinity's great channel, and I was a lot of fun hanging out with you, Captain. I'm honored by the invite. Thank you so much. I'm not worthy, but I'm glad. Again, I was glad to be there, and I really enjoyed it. And shout out to Scotty, your buddy Scotty. I had fun talking with him as well, hanging out with both of you. You were both very kind, and it was a fun time. Thank you. Brian Hepburn. Good to see you there, buddy. Again, the aforementioned lovely Sherry. Always, I'm sorry. I just love to see that beautiful face there, Sherry. I hope you were doing well, my dear. We always like it when the ladies pop in. It's few and far between for us, but we take it when we can get it. Here, us guys. JT says, Clobber Times once owned a comic shop. He was also kicked out of 3 high schools. No, that was, you're thinking of someone else. I think I was only kicked out of 2. Was it 2? 1. Actually, only 1. I was only kicked out of 1 high school. And no, wait a minute. It was 2. Actually, I was kicked out of 2, and I'm not just saying that. I was kicked out of 2 high schools, and yeah, I'm far more famous and accomplished YouTuber than myself. He's also a more accomplished comic shop owner than myself, and I know you all know who I'm talking about. All hail Garrett Nerdrotic. Let's see here. Pop Culture Republic. Hey, good to see you, my friend. Let's see here. Dad Man, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, Dad Man. The great Dad Man and the Dad Man clan. Snuggy Jr., hey there. And I believe that's everyone so far. Anyone else who pops in will be acknowledged. Hey there. Oh, there he is. Hungry Boy's there. There you go. Good to see you, buddy. Thanks for being here. But it is open stuff, wild card Wednesday night, so I never know what I'm going to talk about, and this just kind of I don't know why this. Oh, I just don't think about it very often, but it kind of just flew in there into my silly head that this week is, and again, I apologize to the conspirators or the conspiracy theorists for feeding the comic shop owner cabal, but I will talk about it. 35 years ago this week, I opened my comic shop, Mega City Comics, in let's just say southern Louisiana, in BR, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. A place where I'd run a shop many years earlier, of course, but this was 1988, and here I decided to take a look at the comics that came out that week. The first comics I put on my racks at the on my comic shop racks. So let's take a look here for no particular reason. And I had to order hefty on some of these. Let's see here. Starting with most notably, I got noise going on. Oh my God. A reminder that I actually remembered. Usually my reminders don't work out that well. Okay, let's see here. So if you start out with, let's see, which title? Starting out, if you're looking if you can see my mouse, these are your titles. This was from this week going down. Adventures of Superman, Air Fighters, Area 88, but there's one that you may notice. A little title you may have heard of called Batman the Killing Joke. Came out today, or March 29th in 1988, so 35 years ago today. And I can't remember what day that fell on back in 1988. Maybe someone knows how to figure that out. I don't know. But look at that cover price, $350. Wow, because it was a prestige format, right? And of course, I was all excited about it. When you're speccing, in other words, I only had a few people at that time. I'd started the first comic shop in Baton Rouge many, many years earlier, but I was working for someone else. And later I'd gone out to do other jobs. But when I came back to start this comic shop, I had a small sit-in customer base that said they would come buy comics from me if I opened up. And I called many of them and stuff, but I did not know how many copies of anything I was going to be selling. I had to do a lot of spec ordering back then because I just didn't. I had no idea, and I knew like a lot of my closer friends were going to come get comics, but I had to watch what I ordered. I couldn't order, even though comics were still cheaper back then. I couldn't order 10 of a book that I had no idea I was going to sell even 2 or 3 copies of. So I had to go fairly close to the vest. And D-Bud, part of the conspiracy, says he started working in the comic stores that I eventually became a co-owner of in August of 1986. I started around 1981, 82 at another, at a friend's comic shop that helped run that one for years. But then later I went to do some other things, and then back here I am in 1988. After being out of the business for about 3 years, back in the business. So this one comic here, other ones, I didn't spec that high. I spec'd really low. Hey, Fanty. But on Batman the Killing Joke, I ordered over 100 copies. I think I maybe ordered exactly 100 copies. And again, that's unheard. This is a prestige format book. This is as you can see, the cover price of the book was $350, where your average cover price was nowhere near that for your regular comic shops. This was a direct sale, so your own comics titles, I should say. So, but this was Alan Moore and Brian Boland. Brian Boland was popular for Camelot 3000 and Judge Dredd and some other and a lot of other stuff, but it was Alan Moore was the deal. I mean, this is an Alan Moore Batman story, or and Joker story? Are you kidding me? And I had some people said, "Man, you really want to order that much?" Stunt Brat 777 Smith, hey there, my dear. Good to see you. Thank you for popping in. I'm so glad you're here. And there was talk, some people at first, like the first week, like, man, how are you going to sell all of those? Well, I'll sell them one at a time. And it wasn't long, just that week, actually, a couple of the other stores got wind I was in town, and they started sending people to, to grab up 5 and 10 copies so they could take them to their shops and jack the prices up. And I said, I'm limiting quantities on this book. To normal customers, you can buy 5 copies, and that's it. And that was, at first actually was going like 3 copies. I think later I may have went to 5 copies. But I had people wanting to buy 10 and 20 and 30. Other shops wanting to buy it. I said no, because they didn't spec on it. 100 copies. When you don't even know 4, 5, 6 people are going to show up your first week. Darcipio, hey there. That's true, Finity. It is, that ending is debated. But 100 copies when it's your first week in business, even though you knew a lot of people that might be coming by, you had no idea you'd sell. I had no idea if I would sell 5 copies or 10 copies or 20 copies. I just didn't know. I figured if I was selling 20, I would be doing okay. And only because it was an Alan Moore comic. But I went in there and, when I saw people were going to start trying to buy chunks of it, I started limiting people. And they said, well, why are you doing that? And I said, because this is a comic book. I didn't pay anything more than the normal, diamond discount rate. I'm not jacking the price up on any comics. I will never, because I've had this done to me before, even before that. But take a comic that I paid normal price for through the distributor and jack the damn price up. Hey, Dave. I'm not going to do it. I don't care what the market says. For example, and what I mean by that is 1985 or 6, whatever it was, when the first issue of Frank Miller's The Dark Knight Returns came out, which was like a $4.95 book or $3.99, $4.99 book or whatever, in prestige format, I went to a shop that I just moved to New Orleans, and I went to a close by shop because it was close to where I worked, and I've been buying comics for a few months there, and I go to pick up. I knew about go to get my comics at lunchtime or something, and it's of course I couldn't wait to pick up Dark Knight Returns by Miller, and the bitch running the comic shop, the old lady who didn't know anything about comics, I don't know why she was running a comic shop, had the price jacked up to $20 the day it came out. Because somebody told her it's Frank Miller, it needs to be high. It needs to be priced. $20. And I knew there was another shop in town that was just farther from me. I'd been there once or twice. But I was like, you must be out your ever-loving mind. No. So, and again, this is 1986, by the way. So I went to the other shop, so a place I'd only been like once before. And of course, I became friendly with the gentleman working that shop, and he was sold to me for cover because I'm the one that told him, "Look, she's trying to get $20 out of this sucker," and he ordered well on him, and I got it for cover, and we became good friends. Eventually, he's the one who helped me start my shop a couple of years later. I had some help with him getting started with Diamond. So, rest his soul, because he was a very dear friend of mine, by the way. I just decided I'm not doing that. If I ordered it and got that, I'm not going to jack up prices. They're going to stay cover price for as long as it is feasible to leave them at cover price. Just the way it is. So, and people like that, but other dealers in town hated it. There were 2 other dealers in town, both of which who bought from me, comics from me years earlier, kept bitching at me about, first of all, that I wouldn't sell them my copies of Killing Joke. And third, if someone came into my shop, they got to pay cover price for it. They didn't like that. They bitched to me. They would call me up and bitch and say, well, fuck off. I don't care. Whoops. I said a bad word to them. I'd say, I don't care. Screw off. That too. I said, you price anything the way you want to do it. I'll price things the way I want to do it in my shop. How about that? And, I said, and they said, yeah, but you're making us look bad. I said, what? I'm making you look bad by not jacking up the price of a $3.50 cover price book to $20 or to $10 or $15? Screw you. And it took me a while to sell out of this thing because business took a while to get going, but yeah, we should have a swear jar. But I was, eventually I stuck to it because, man, Killing Joke first printing stayed. I mean, that price skyrocketed even back then. Yeah. But anyway, there were other books out that month, and now I'm looking at that week. I'm looking at the books that came out that week, and it's just how many titles there were, folks. It's just crazy. And I wasn't buying many of these because most of them were kind of just crappy. I was reading them because it was on my shelf. I had to read them. Look, this is a title that particularly pissed me off right here. This rotten, I like Dan Jurgens fine, but this rotten Flash Gordon title right here. As a fan of Flash Gordon, I hated DC's version of it. Did anyone read this thing? Ugh. This comic, Blue Goats, I have proof. Like I said, I like Dan Jurgens, but this was a terrible take on Flash Gordon. What else? Teen Titans had kind of run out of steam. This was the Baxter series, Teen Titans, already up to number 45. George Perez, long gone. But, let's see what else. So this was the first week oh man. The Shadow. But not the best Shadow series. Let's see what else we have here. Open Hill. The Spectre. Boy, was this poo-poo right here. Star Brand. They were still running with this stupid New Universe crap. Jim Shooter just could not let it go. I tried to read the DC Flash Clobberin. It was, oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't blame you, dude. Was that on here? Swamp Thing after Alan Moore left it. I was still buying it, but, just wasn't really feeling it at this point. So not a lot of great stuff, really, right, huh? I love this one, though. It's just a who's who, but who's who in the Legion of Superheroes. Yeah, I was buying that, of course. And the Legion title. Everyone still hearing me? I had a bit of a hiccup right there. Give me a sound check if you would, please. Skipped Alf. Oops. Thank you, JT. I just hit a wrong button there. Now, this is a book I kept buying for a long time now. Lone Wolf and Cub. This was, quite the, where are you? Oh, didn't save it. Yeah. Claude Sowling. Hey there. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, D-Bud. Thank you, Pop and Eric. Yeah, I actually threw myself out for a second, hitting the wrong button. Yeah. D-Bud says we had Chuck Dixon on Midnight Edge After Dark. I mean, in the morning, rather, today. And he wrote Airboy 37 that came that month. Love that title. He wrote Airboy for the longest time. I got to ask him about that one time when I was on some channel at some point. So yeah, cool stuff. Let's see here. Airboy. Some other titles that came out that month right before it. Actually, let's go after it. How about we go? What came out after it? Well, those titles at the end of the month were all when I was open. Let's see. March. Location date. And then, of course, here's some of the other titles that I would be carrying over the next couple of weeks. Amazing Heroes, The American, Badger, Cerebus, Concrete. There were some pretty good comics. Most of them were independents, though, really, to be honest. Oliver Belamonte, hey there. Star Brand Quack Off title. Yeah, what can you do? Shooter liked his little new universe drivel, didn't he? Let's see here. Phantom Outsider said the only books I can say for sure I didn't buy were Archie and most of the horror comics. Man, look, there were a lot of these titles, and maybe it's because I was selling them and having to decide what to order. I mean, look how many. This is at a time, whether you like these books or not, look how many different publishers there were. This is when there was a thriving industry. Whether you thought the books were good or not is irrelevant. Look how many titles there were, how many publishers there were. That's just not the case anymore. FemForce, Clobby, hurrah. Well, imagine that Mary Sue thinks of it. Well, I've had some friends that actually worked for AC Comics, the guys who make FemForce, Hungry Boy. And even they jokingly called it AC as an abundant cleavage comics, but yeah. Let's see here. Good question, Cerebus. At this point, Finity, this was Cerebus 109. Now, I will fully admit to you, I had stopped buying Cerebus at that point. I wasn't buying it anymore, but I had to order it from one customer for sure. My friend Minimus. He bought every Cerebus, the whole run. He never stopped. As we know, it went 300 issues, I guess, with some specials and things like that. And he bought it all. I think I tapped out at this point. Nothing against it. But I think I'd stop buying it. True, JT, true. Let's see. So some of the other titles that were big on the stands at the time. Man, look how many companies there were, though. It's always, when I look back, I was amazed at the time, I guess. I wasn't really thinking about it that much. When I look back now, how many companies there were out there? And there's your boy Chuck Dixon there. For Airboy. It's just amazing, really. And most of the mainstream stuff, really, to be honest, I would try to read and keep tabs on everything, but I don't know. I was just at a point where I wasn't really liking a lot of the mainstream stuff. Now I'm different, but back then, I was approaching my late 20s, and while I loved the art form of comics, I think I wanted a little bit different. I wanted different things from my comics. I still bought a lot of superhero books, of course, but not just superhero comics. In 16, lots. Yeah, you got the phone books. I still bought a bunch of the Cerebus phone books. Yeah. Fancy, you bought all of the new universe? All of it? Do you saying all of it? Wow. No judgment. I really am just asking. Did you really? Hey, Johnny Pearson. What's up, bud? Piano Day, eh? Every title, every issue. Jesus, mother. Wait. You bought DP7 and Night Mask and Starbrand and what are some of the others? I can't remember all the titles now. I'm sure you can. Wow, dude. I look at this now going, wow, I was so out of it. So many of these titles I dumped. How about have a little Savage Sword of Conan, though? Yeah. Actually, not a very good cover. That's a Michael Golden cover. I like Michael Golden, but I don't know about that cover. What do you think there, Hungry Boy? DP, Strike Force Moritari. Yeah. Was Strike Force a new universe book? Weird. All right, let's see. Bop. Spitfire into Troubleshooters. Oh, look. The Marvel Comics adaptation of the great film Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I bought this. But I love that movie. DJ Ronnie G. What's up, bub? Golden should not paint and stick to ink. That's what I think, Clobby. Oh, but still better than Alred. Oh, well, who could argue with that, dude? Who could argue with that? Let's see here. This is for my boy, Captain Infinity right here. Some American flag. This is, of course, when it moved to First Comics and started renumbering. Could not be reached for further comment. Just for you, buddy. I know you like that. I know you're a big Chaykin guy and you loved American Flag. This was much later after the series started, but it was a new series. It was the new series that moved to First Comics, I think, because obviously it run many years earlier. I don't know if this was reprints or what. I can't remember now. It's been so long. So shout out to Captain Infinity and Beyond on that one. You know what I miss? I miss this one. Amazing Heroes. This mag. Who misses Amazing Heroes? I'm probably the only one. But I bought this. This is number 139 right here. I bought it I have every issue from like number 1 to like maybe 200 or whatever it went to. I never missed Amazing Heroes, man. I loved it. It was a reboot set in Russia. Okay, gotcha. Remember, I never read the title much. I only bought the only issues of American Flag I did buy were from the earlier years because they had backups by Alan Moore. D-Bud, there you go. One of my customers wrote reviews for Amazing Heroes. Wow, I knew someone who wrote some reviews for it as well. But I loved it. You know, I never missed. That was how you got your comics news. Well, one way there was Comics Buyer's Guide. Fanty, yeah, I used to buy Comics Buyer's Guide as well. Yeah, but I loved Amazing Heroes, man. Let's see here. We're doing a little comic shop anniversary celebration for me, folks. If you just popped in, 35 years ago this week, I opened my comic shop, Mega City Comics in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, in 1988. And just kind of looking at some of the comics that were on sale that were, you know, just when I started out. And there weren't a lot of good ones, were there? Oh, man, oh, man. Some of this stuff is schlock, but I still love looking at it. I bought the Johnny Quest title. Did you? Yeah, that American Flag reboot was the last attempt at capturing Flag's former glory. Got you covered. Thank you, could not be reached. Appreciate you. Even for fans of Chaykin or indeed the American Flag title itself, the golden run was issues 1 through 12. Excellent. And look, when those were coming out, I was running a different shop. It was someone else's, Infinity, but it was huge. Everyone loved it. It was very, very well loved and very popular comic of its time. Yep, Comics Buyer's Guide and our distributor's newsletter had all the most current news, says D-Bud. Yep, loved them. I had a subscription to the Buyer's Guide, of course. I was still loving my Legion title. This was a weird Ken Stacy cover for a Legion book, but it had a Pat Broderick interior, though. Legion Baxter series, gotta love that. Weird cover, but still, at this point, still my Legion. But getting close to the end, unfortunately. There's a few issues away from the ending of my Legion. Man, I was so bummed. Hey, there's a Star Trek comic right there. The DC Star Trek run. You're dead, Jim. Peter David actually was good at writing Star Trek. I gotta say. Correct novels and hey, retro nerd girl. By the way, congrats! Didn't you say your channel got to like 6K subs? Is that right? I believe you hit a bit of a milestone. If I heard that correctly or saw that correctly over on the Twits. So everyone, shout out to the wonderful retro nerd girl. Great to see you, my dear. I hope you were doing well. And hope we get to hang out over on the Geekery sometime soon. It's good to see you. I never found anyone else that actually admitted to buying or liking Flag to this day. You're kidding me, dude. I sold the hell out of it, and it was really a well-loved comic. I mean, obviously, it was very at the time when that was coming out. Yes, it was direct sales and it was comic shops only, but that was the thing. You had readers. around my age at the time, which was like just getting to, just getting close to 20 or like close to, and then people in their early to mid 20s, they were going to comic shops, discovering this comic that they couldn't get anywhere else. Largo's Lair, welcome. And they were going nuts for American Flag. It was critically acclaimed at the time. And everyone was just really, it was just, you couldn't get that on the comics racks anywhere. You had to get it at a comic shop. So I'm surprised you never met anyone that liked it. I met tons and tons of people who liked it. And you know how much I beat up on Chaykin. Someone I was friends with, an artist at the time that went to work for Chaykin, doing a lot of his background stuff for him. All right, J-Man, take it easy, buddy. Thanks for being here tonight, man. Can't wait to see you on Earth B soon, brother. So, yeah, Peter David was good at writing Star Trek, the DC Star Trek comic, and, of course, the and novels and stuff. 6K, well, that's fantastic, Retro Nerd Girl. I'm glad to hear that. Onward and upward, my dear. Excellent, excellent, excellent. If you have not subscribed to the wonderful Retro Nerd Girls channel, please find that. I think I have a link in my description below. And please, she does great stuff on her channel, great content, and she's an amazing, cool person. So please go for it. Oh, wow. Thank you, D-Bud Martin. Oh, my goodness. Strange Marvel Theories. I love that name. Gifted 1 membership. Strange Marvel Theories, thank you so much. You were too kind. Reason why I need a dad man to tell me that is because I can't see when people do memberships or anything. It doesn't show me that over here on StreamYards. I don't know. So I cannot thank you enough. See there. There we go. I had to go look over on the other thing to catch it. Appreciate it. Thanks, D-Bud, for that heads up, buddy. Thank you. You're too kind. Let's see, where were I? Let's see what else. Silverhawks comic. Who's who in the DC Universe update? What else came out that month? Not a lot of memorable stuff came out this particular month. Oh my God. This was a sick low point in Fantastic Four fandom for me. I know my buddy Mark D probably doesn't agree, but oh God, the Stegosaurus thing and the She thing. Oh, good lordyishness. My God, who was reading FF at this point? I was gone, baby. I mean, Steve Englehart writing it, he did a lot of annoying things. Crazy crap. Jeez, and I hate the She thing. I hate pineapple thing as well, D-Bud. Yes. Pineapple. I used to call him the Thingosaurus with the stupid Stegosaurus body. Oh, what in the hell, man? Oh, I hated it. Oh, these were some rough times right here. Oh, this was greatness. Alan Moore's Miracle Man, folks. What a time. Alan Moore, of course, for those who don't know, I'm a big Alan Moore fan. Yes, he's a nut as far as in real life is concerned. He wrote some of the greatest comics ever made. And in the early 80s, hey, Strange Marvel Theories, thank you for the super chat. You're too kind. He says, can I get a link to Retro Nerd Girl's channel? If anyone can help with that, I'd appreciate it. I do have one in my description below, Strange Marvel Theories, but if one of our friends can dig that up, I would really appreciate that. One of my wrenches, because I can't really do it from where I'm sitting here with mine messed up. I'd have to, but if someone could do that for me, please, if you would. And again, thank you for the super chat, Strange Marvel Theories. You're too kind. But like I said, it is my description below. I have a lot of links in my description below of many wonderful channels of friends of mine that I highly recommend everyone go subscribe to, of course. But Alan Moore took Marvel Man, which he was originally called, who was basically a very thin rip of Captain Marvel, the original, of course, the Billy Batson Shazam Captain Marvel. Keely Chow, roll Tide. Thanks, Chris Persia, for doing that. Here's that link there. Strange Marvel Theories. There's the link in the chat. Thanks to the great Chris Persia. Appreciate it, my brother. I know I can count on you. Count on both of you. You and D-Bud keep me going. You and Eric and D-Bud. You guys are the greatest. Thanks. Good to see you, Keely Chow. So Alan Moore, I mean, when he came out, when he did Marvel Man and did his own thing with it for Warrior magazine by Quality Comics in the UK in the early 80s, it was brilliant. Wow, Captain Finity, man, we got to talk about that one day. I did not like his Promethea, but I respect that you love it above all else. I wouldn't even put it in his top 20 for me, but that's interesting because but I hear you. You're probably not alone though. You may not be alone. There are other people who do really like that book. I respect that comic because it's so well done. It's well done, but it's a rough one. But then again, Moore was edgy, wasn't he? But his Marvel Man was brilliant, but incomplete. He didn't get a chance to finish the story. He'd gone to start writing Swamp Thing and then later Watchmen and many other things for DC. And then in the mid-'80s, after Watchmen had kind of run out and he had the Killing Joke coming out and all this stuff, Eclipse Comics. Yep. By the way, DC picked up V for Vendetta to finish that. And Eclipse Comics picked up Marvel Man, but of course in the States they couldn't call him Marvel Man. So they changed it to Miracle Man. And Moore started to finish that over the years, and it took forever. But here you have number 14. After this, there would only be 2 issues. And Moore's run on Miracle Man / Marvel Man would be over. But man, this is some scary shite right here. Great comic. Not as scary as number 15, though. Not as scary as the one to follow it. But yeah, that's some. I'll never forget when this one came out. Boy, was it spooky. Lone Wolf and Cub. That was a good comic right there. Who's Who in My Legion. I don't know. But this right here is great. This was a reprint of the Fleischer Aparo issues of Adventure Comics Spectre. This was nice stuff right here. And then there was Gaiman's Miracle Man, sipped from a big mug of disappointment. Yeah, disappointment. Yeah, I got to tell you, Hungry Boy, yeah, I did not like Gaiman's take on it personally. Captain Fish says, Clobby, for when we talk comics, I'd love to focus on Warrior. It was like 2000 AD, but more adult. Warrior was the bomb. I have a whole bunch of issues of it, Captain Infinity, and that would be great. I would love to. I loved Laser Eraser Press Button, of course, Big Ben, and yes, obviously the Alan Moore books, V for Vendetta and Marvel Man. I have most of them, actually, or had them at one time. I don't think I had every issue. But even though it was exclusively, it was UK, we managed to get it shipped, some of it over here. When Alan Moore hit it big here with Swamp Thing, it started to be possible to get Warrior magazine over here because of that fame carryover. Yes, Keely Chow, actually, we're talking about that very subject tonight. See, like Gary, Clobby owned a comic shop, and 35 years ago this week is when I opened my comic shop. I worked in one many years previous for a long time, years previous, but this was the one that I owned. So, yeah, you nailed me. Clobby, speaking of V for Vendetta, says Strange Marvel Theories. D-Bot says, what about the great selling DC title that everyone loved, Sonic Disruptors? Sonic Disruptors by Mike Barron, as you know, it was intended to be a 12-issue miniseries, and it ended at number 7 or 8. D-Bud, I I mentioned that to him one time when I got on one of the shows with him, and he laughed, and we talked about it a little bit. But there's also an article in my favorite magazine, Back Issue Magazine, a good number of years ago, where he tells the story about what happened with that getting, and it's too long to go into here. But yeah, I always wondered. I didn't really think it was that good of a title, and because I know you're just kidding, it didn't sell for crap. But I was interested that it was always interesting to me, a title that is intended to be a certain amount of issues and doesn't even make it that far. Oh, bet you I still got a crush on Mr. Mistrales of the Laser Eraser. Mr. Mistrales. Did you ever read Alan Moore's DR and Quench, by the way? Fennerty? Hey, look who's here.
Hey, hope you don't mind me popping in.
Are you kidding me? Welcome to the anniversary celebration.
Yeah, happy anniversary. I'd like to
Thank
buy
you.
that new Thing comic. Do you have that available in your shop right now for me to purchase?
Yes, I do. Well, no, I don't, but I know that I on good authority that our good friend J-Man has reviewed it and says he liked it, I believe. So.
Yeah, he said he liked it. Yeah, I watched that. So we'll hail everyone in the chat.
I didn't get to see his review. He just mentioned on a short that he was going to review it.
He said it was pretty good. He did his space review. I can't remember how many points, but he liked the art, he liked the story, pacing. I'm forgetting his technique there, but yeah, he only for each point that he gives, but it's got to be better than the last Thing series. So
got to be better than that garbage.
Yeah,
but in fact, this relates to you because we were talking about Warrior Magazine and how Fennerty has them all and stuff. And why don't you tell them what you found in your closet?
Yeah,
recently.
I forgot. Sometimes you got so many books you forget what you have in the basement. So here, let's share my.
Take a look at this, Fennerty. This is
Well, I'm sure he's got these. I'm sure, but
yeah, but it's weird that you found this in your.
Well, I forgot I had it. Yeah, I forgot I had it. Yeah.
See, Fennerty says, DR and Quench, Alan Davis art. Yep. Not really, but. I think you'd love DR and Quench right up. Hey, the Workbreaker. What's good to see you, buddy. There's a good Titan album that compiles all the Alan Moore and Davis's DR and Quench Finity. Yeah, you'd really love it. That's some of my favorite Alan Moore of his 2000 AD work. But here is to tell us the story about this.
Well, I wonder if my friend Chris gave me these. I'm trying to remember, but I had these in the basement. And I had them with all my Star Trek magazines and a bunch of other mags, and they were just on the shelf. And you guys were talking about Warrior, and I was just going through. I think I was looking for like Star Trek communicators, and I saw these. I'm like, crap! I think that's the first Warrior. And I just totally, I never entered in my collection into my comic database, and so I had these first three. Oops! Shit! these are worth something. So I'm careful with them. It slid off the damn desk. And I actually had to take Treasury Edition backing boards and cut them down to fit these because they're a weird size. But I think it's the bags. I think were Life magazine.
Yeah, because these Brit bags were different size from our magazine size.
Yeah, so I think this was a Time magazine bag. So the bag actually fits quite nice. It was a little bit long, but it's okay if it's a little bit long, right? But the width was perfect.
Holy crap! Look at that. Our buddy Phantom Outsider says in April of 1988, which I started my last month of March, was my first day, first week opening. But in April, he bought 128 of the 194 titles that month. Oh my goodness. Crazy. You cray, boy. That's a lot of comics.
Yeah. My God. Yeah. That's crazy.
Warrior Magazine. I love Warrior Magazine.
But that cover for number 1, I have to say, it's
you're giving Captain Finity the tingles there.
Well, we should all time travel back to when these came out and buy them, right?
Ooh,
too soon.
Gary Leach was an awesome artist. Yes, he died. He passed way too soon. Finity Infinity. Gary Leach was great. Loved him.
Yeah, so this I guess was sold in the States then, or is this imported then?
No, it was. I mean, it was sold, but yeah, it was imported, but it wasn't.
Imported, right?
It wasn't distributed regularly at first, anyway.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, I got. Like I said, I got a bunch of them. Eventually, because Alan Moore got big, they started. It became a. You could buy them over here. Strange Marvel Theories for $5 super chat. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. He says, speaking of V for Vendetta, the historical event that story is based on, the gunpowder plot, my ancestor Thomas Percy was part of that plot. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Would you want to mention that? Sorry, no, just kidding.
Wow.
Yep.
That's excellent. Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Strange Marvel Theory. I appreciate it.
It's like my wife's hometown is famous for being the birthplace of Benedict Arnold. It's like,
Along with Guy Fawkes, right?
yeah, like maybe don't put that on the.
Yeah, well, still, that's
right?
cool though.
No, it's cool. Right? Yeah, I'm joking. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Look at Phantom Outside, dude. Phantom Outside is man, dude. I'm still just gobsmacked about that. He says, "Some I bought from my brother. He liked crazy stuff like Hellraiser. I'm like, I'll buy them, but they don't go in with my stuff. But I think they are in my boxes now. Well, yeah, no, but still, that's a lot of I mean, dude. 124 a month. I don't know if I ever, even in my craziest times, bought that many titles. I mean, maybe.
Huh.
That's a lot. I mean, because it's just look, we're going to run down this again. This is April of 1988, right after I started my shop. All right. I'm not even going to ask you which ones they are, Fandy, because we couldn't really, it'd be impossible. But
too many, yeah. I wonder if I bought any that month.
1, 2, 3. I'm going to tell you how many I bought at this time. Now, remember, I was running the store, so I didn't really. It's not the same. There were comics that I collected, but at this time I was not buying a lot of stuff because I didn't. I bought Amazing Heroes. Here we go. I didn't buy Adventures Book 1 by Malibu or Agent Known by Renegade. It would take too long to go through all this, but I bought Amazing Heroes. I bought The American by Dark Horse. I bought Badger. I'd stopped buying Cerebus. I think it was getting Concrete. I don't think it was getting Concrete. I didn't get Die Kamikaze. I got Dark Horse Presents sometimes. I wasn't buying Dark Wolf. I wasn't buying Mr. Monster or Alpha Warrior or Elf Rod or Elf Lord, rather, or Empire or X Mutants. I wasn't buying Casper or Fem Force either.
I think you bought that.
No, Abundant Cleavage. I had buddies that actually worked for them, though.
Ooh, the NAM #1 by Michael Golden. That month.
There was that month. You bought that one, so this one you bought.
Maybe. Yep. I don't remember.
Nexus, Ninja, Astro Boy I didn't even buy. And I wasn't buying Richie Rich. I did buy Rust. I actually was buying Rust. I was buying Speed Racer comic. I bought Trouble with Girls sometimes. Nom I did not buy. I bet you did.
Well, I might own it now, I think. I don't remember if I bought it then.
I bought Action.
I got that. I gotta have that Detective, I'm sure.
I was buying Action Comics Weekly. Remember they made it weekly at this point.
Wow.
And they had a bunch of it was a bunch of short strips in there.
Was it all original stories or some reprints in there?
No, they were original.
Oh, original.
For a while, Action Comics, that's why I think the number went up. So for a good while, it was every week. So I bought Action Weekly. I bought Airboy. I didn't buy any of these right here. I bought this Black Panther series. I bought Captain Atom. I dumped Daredevil at that point. I was buying Detective sporadically, maybe.
Oh, Nick Fury.
Where?
Old Nick Fury.
Where? I wasn't.
And on the
end.
Okay,
I'll get to it. Oh yeah, that's Nick Fury versus Shield. I was buying that. I wasn't buying any of the. I didn't buy. I think I stopped buying Justice Machine. I was buying Infinity Inc. And some of these books. Remember, I weren't so much buying as they were on my stands. I could read. I just read them all.
You just read them if you want, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Phantom, the Phantom. I think I bought that series. I wasn't happy with it. Power Girl. I don't think I bought that. Or Cyforce, another new universe. I kind of dropped. I didn't buy Punisher. I bought Question. I was buying the Question, not Robotech. Sonic Disruptors. By the way, this was the last issue, I think, of Sonic Disruptors, D-Bud, that you mentioned, that was supposed to be, it says it was supposed to be 12 issues. A 12-issue a maxi series, and that was the last issue of it.
No, that's number 12, or
Yeah, I
they
asked
only made
Mike-
to 7.
Yeah, I asked Mike Barron about it once, and of course, I've read a pretty extensive article about what happened. I wasn't buying the Spectre because I didn't like the art. I didn't buy the Star Trek Next Generation comic because I didn't like the show much back then. I didn't buy Suicide Squad. I didn't buy Tales of
Joe,
G.I.
number
Joe.
8. That's early in the Joe run. Yeah.
That's Tales, though. That's like a reprint.
Oh, Tales. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah, the G.I. Joe's been way longer than that. That's a reprint book, I believe.
When did Joe's come out?
Oh, 82.
72?
82.
I mean, 82. I was going to say 82. Yeah, sorry.
I bought Wanderers because it was a Legion crossover. I did not buy Waste of Paperland. I wasn't buying Spidey books like Web or West Coast Avengers or I wasn't buying hardly any Marvel. I was buying hardly any Marvel comics.
Who's that Wolfpack? Oh, that's Wolfpack.
That's Wolfpack. Yeah, that's just a Marvel book.
Marvel, okay, yeah.
I wasn't buying. I dropped Grimjack, so I wasn't getting that anymore. I was getting Valentino, Whisper, Action Weekly again. I wasn't buying Alf. Sorry, Mexican Iron Man. Wasn't buying Alpha Flight or Amazing Spider-Man.
Spider-Man 303. Oh yeah,
I bet you were buying that one.
Todd McFarlane. That's when he went crazy. Well, what was his first issue? 298 of ASM, I think.
I don't know.
299 and 300 was Venom. And yeah, so that's yeah, I'm pretty sure, but I think 298 with Chance.
Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you again for that super chat. I appreciate it. He says, how does everyone feel about Image Comics, specifically Bloodstrike and Brigade and Prophet, of which I own? At that point, if you're talking about the Image Comics, hey Jay Picasso, by the way, good to see you. Of that era, I didn't like any of the ones by the original creators. I just started buying Image books later when Alan Moore started doing some of them personally. So I never bought those series you're talking about. I remember them well. What about you? No?
I never got an Image that much, I have to say. So just, I'd kind of pass it by, and no, I know people love them, but I just, spawned in and do it for me. Yeah, it just wasn't my, and I think at this point I was actually I was at college, so I just had a, mail-in subscription because, there were no very few comic book shops around. Or none. I think you could go to the mall, I think, and go to a bookstore and pick some up. So I know I had an ASM subscription back then, and probably FF and Thor, and finally you get your own checkbook. You can write the check to Marvel. Oh, that's interesting. Hercules trade paperback.
I have this I bought because this was a trade paperback, a reprint of the original miniseries that you and I reviewed.
The first one, right? That's not volume 1, right? Yep.
I was buying Firestorm because my then wife made me buy it for her. I dumped Flash. Yep. I was buying Justice League International. The Psychic Girl. She used to make me buy that one for her. I bought this Roger Rabbit movie adaptation. So I bought a few of them. I look at all these other titles.
Okay, yeah.
I had to buy the Superman titles for her. I didn't like them. Action Weekly again. Amazing Heroes, of course. So I didn't buy a lot of these. To buy 124 of these?
Yeah, I bought Hulk. That's amazing. Yeah, I got that Batman and Hulk, obviously.
I think I bought Green Arrow for a while. I did not buy Hellblazer. There's Hulk. There you go. I may have been buying Hulk at this point. I was probably buying Hulk at this point. Of course, Legion. But yeah.
Surfer. Definitely bought Surfer.
Star Trek. I know you bought that.
Probably got
Peter
that.
David was writing that Star Trek.
Yeah, Peter David was awesome. And I love the Secret Origin stuff, too. There we go. Fantastic Four 317.
Oh, you weren't here when I was bitching about this earlier?
Oh, I love
I showed this earlier. Hulk. This sucks. Look at this garbage.
There you go.
There you go. Here he is. Go ahead.
He got me back into collecting because I was at the walking through like Walden Books or Barnes and Noble. I was
JT Kirk. Good night, buddy.
Good night, JT. I'm going through and I'm like, what the hell did they do to Ben Grimm? It was FF 310, Things to Come. I think it was Things to Come is the name of the heading. And it grabbed me. I'm like, what happened to Benji? What's going on? I started buying the book again after that and getting back into comics.
Wow, so this made me.
I know, but for me, it got me back into the. It's like, it's they wanted to up his powers and. And then I don't know who came up with a pineapple idea, but I guess instead of just making him look like a little bit bigger or something, let's make them all spiky. Which man, that's got to be tough to snuggle up to. But
Only
and then
she
they had
think
Ms.
could do it.
Marvel, yeah, Sharon Ventura, and it was the story arc was interesting though.
Man, this made me sick.
I
Look
know.
at that. Oh, it's ugly.
Oh, come on. You don't want to see Ben making out. Yeah.
Oh God! Well, I just hate this look. I mean, I didn't like she thing either. Of course, I was away. I'd long since dumped the comic at this point.
Okay.
What is
so that's
I'm
just getting back into it.
What is going on with this cover? But Mark was explaining, like he said, he was just getting back into this comic, and that's Ben Grimm. And,
yeah, 310 is yes, I've been buying it about a year. Yeah, so Ben Grimm is been mutated. Yeah, so he beat the crap out of the Hulk. So all us Things fans were happy with that, at least, right?
Yep. Walden Books and Bars of Noble. I spend weeks at a time in there. Says Infinity. I don't blame you.
Yeah, great places. Yep.
Got the Infinity. I think Atari Force was around 84. That's right. Yeah, Atari Force. Jose Garcia Lopez did a lot of the art for that. Great stuff. Thunder does not.
That didn't last that long either, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is not a joyous time for the Fantastic Four for me personally.
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah.
Just for me, what can I tell you? Picky. Oh man.
Oh, you'd had all those indexes back then. Those are fun. Yeah.
Yeah, Marvel was just kind of crappy at this point for me. I bet nobody bought this.
Willow number one. Wow.
That's
Zot?
a comic.
What the hell is that?
I love Zot. I bought all of Zot, I think. By Scott McCloud. Weird comic. What? Oh, Willow. Yeah, that's the movie adaptation.
Yeah, that series got canceled. Yeah. The new series got canceled real quick. Yeah, the movie. No, I'm just, the series didn't last that long. Yep.
Yes.
I wonder why.
Because it was so good.
Well, what X? Oh, that was a good X-Men. What number is that X-Men? Go scroll down a little bit more.
Where?
Just go down like half an inch. Yep. Okay, Uncanny X-Men 232. Oh yeah, that was good with the Brood. That was a good.
Man, Claremont, Mark Silvestri.
Oh, I like that issue.
I'll show you a way better X-Men than that. Let's see.
Oh, and Star Trek number 53. Oh. What are they reprinting there? What issue is that?
That's reprinting old Adams X-Men stuff.
Yeah.
Let's see. What do you want to see?
Sunfire.
Star Trek.
Oh yeah, the Star Trek. Is that a trial of James T. Kirk, or is that?
Where is it?
Or go down. I guess the S is. Oh yeah. Yep. Star Trek. Yep.
They're not really alphabetical.
You're dead, Jim.
Publication date order April 19, 1988. You're dead, Jim. Yeah.
I'm a doctor.
And so reprinted in Star Trek Who Killed Captain Kirk trade paperback.
There we go.
I love this database.
That's nice, yeah.
But yeah, it's Strange Marvel Theories. Everyone, what's a reliable online place to purchase Werewolf by Night comics?
Old ones you're talking, or
obviously,
right?
There aren't any new ones, are there?
Right, obviously. So yeah.
I might try mycomicshop.com. Strange Marvel Theories. You might try them first. They may not have it in stock. They may, but mycomicbookshop. Is that what it's mycomicbookshop? Or is it my comic shop? It's either just go. Google mycomicshop.com, I think, and that might be a good place to look. I know you like to go to Fleabay.
Yeah, Fleabay's good, and I've been buying stuff on Nucadia. Maybe I'll share my screen and show a couple of. This place is pretty good. I'll show you a couple places that I go.
All right, we're doing some comic shopping tonight.
Why not? So Nucadia.com.
This is Wild Card Wednesday night, man.
But we can do, and this has been street legal on Monday night too. I did my computer brain, werewolf.com. Let's see. Werewolf by Night 72. Let's see what they got. I just did werewolf.com. So they'll show you what issues they have in stock and then the conditions. So they've got Werewolf by Night number 4 for $20, and they'll give you
Pop culture.
Pop Culture.
Good night, bud.
Werewolf by Night 5. Yeah, so just scroll down the list. So $33. And of course, it all goes down to grading. And if you buy something from here and you don't like it, then you can return it too if you don't think the grading matches up. And then what's nice here, they give you a scan. This is a scan of the exact copy for sale.
Right.
Which is really nice too, because a lot of places they'll just grab an image. So this is an image of the book, which is really nice. So yeah, these ain't cheap, but I guess these are fine pluses. So and everyone always thinks their books are graded better. So fine pluses are going to be more money. But yeah, so like here, for example, here they've got a fine and a fine plus. If you want the spend $12 or $18. But of course, to get something that old and good, good condition too. And these guys do a good job of grading their books too, I have to say. So it's on eBay, a lot of times if you're buying from someone, you could end up with God knows what, unless it's a person you deal with a lot. And if of course it's a CGC graded book, then what you're getting, in terms of the grading, because it's been rated. But if you're just buying random books, and also I have to say too, if you're buying cheaper books, quote unquote, you don't mind as much too. So if you're spending $40-$50 on a comic and it's coming with some ripped pages or things, then you it's not so good. Yeah. So I checked these guys out, and then the other place that I also use is Atomic Empire.
We got a lot of back issues.
This is for new comics, and then it's Atomic Avenue. Sorry, Atomic. There's two Atomic. This is the guys that do that comic book software that I use, the comic based software. But they also, what's nice is if you use their software, you can actually put your books for sale. And they have magazines, so you can actually look for comics on here, and then try to find a comic for sale. It's like I could look, this is just all right, Incredible Hulk 188. I'm just gonna go there, but so if you go into that and then look for something, you can buy, Silver Dollar Comics is selling it for $25.
Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Hey.
So I put that link in. So it's www.Atomic Avenue.
Cool stuff.
So that's pretty nice for and then you can put like a wish list too if you're looking for a book, which is nice about this. You could put it in, and when the book shows up. Except one thing that happened was unfortunately, they did an update for this software, and it put my whole collection up for sale. Like something got screwed up with the check boxes. So every comic book in my collection got put up for sale. And then I started getting notices like, you didn't ship me X-Men 108. What happened? I bought it from you. Like, what? Who bought who bought that from? I wasn't selling that. It's one of my favorite comics. I'm not selling it. And I looked, and then I was getting all these nasty grams, and like my whole collection was on sale. I was like, come on. So like this guy is selling that one seller. If you order $50, it's free, and he's showing what he's got there. Yeah, hungry, but I'm not going to inflict the Clobberin times #1. Yeah, that #1 was horrible. I purchased an alternative cover instead of that one, which is nice. So.
Oh yeah.
Oh look, he's
got a different cover. What's that? Oh,
I'd like to own these. Yeah.
Let me take this question real quick.
Sure. Yeah.
Continue. Alejandro asks, what are your recommendations for Doctor Who comics? All my library has is a TNG Matt Smith crossover. I would say that obviously Doctor Who comics were almost exclusively published through Marvel earlier in the days. Marvel UK and Doctor Who magazine. There was and then Marvel Premiere in the 70s did a couple of, in America did some reprints from that, and then later John Rupa, Shaggy, what's up? Good to see you. And then later, They have probably, I know for a fact they've done some compilations of Doctor Who comics, of those Marvel comics of the like through the 70s and 80s and 90s. At least I think they have, not here so much, probably in the UK. I'd have to look into that. But what I also do know is that a little bit later, sometime in the, I guess, obviously after the new series, the Christopher Eccleston and David Tennant and Matt Smith series got started, IDW had a lot of different Doctor Who runs for a good long time. They did series that were new series for American IDW comics for quite a long time, and there have probably been a lot of trades and compilations. If you go to mycomicshop.com or some of these other ones we're talking about here, and just look for Doctor Who comics, chances are they'll have of the various IDW Doctor Who titles that because that book we're talking about, the TJ Matt Smith one, that's an IDW book, but there were plenty before that. There were just Doctor Who titles for various doctors. So yes, the IDW did do that Trek crossover, but before that, they did a lot of those. So you have there may be some Titan albums reprinting the Marvel UK Doctor Who's from the backs of various Marvel UK doctors of the 80s and 90s. I think there are some. I don't know for sure, but I think there are some. And hey there, Death Ray, All Out Attack. Good to see you, my friend. I'll tell you one I loved. What that Titan did an album called Abe Slomdak Dalek Hunter. It was based on a spin-off comic from Doctor Who. It wasn't really the Doctor wasn't in it that much. It was about a guy called Abe Slomdak who was a savage, nut job, like a Conan out in the galaxy, sort of like where he's just killing Daleks. So I'd look for some Titans albums that go do the 80s and 90s stuff if I were you, and then if just the IDW titles that are, like I said, yes, like you're correct. They did do the Trek Doctor Who crossover, but they also did a lot of other comics based on various doctors. They might still be doing something based on doctors. I don't know.
What were the earliest Doctor Who comics? I can't remember.
Well, there were some strips in the 60s that, but most of those were adapting Daleks. They were about the Daleks, but then there were a couple. I think there might have been some that adapted some Pertwee Doctor and different things like that. But I know Tom Baker Doctor started appearing in Marvel UK in the 70s, and then Marvel Premiere or Premiere or something had some of those reprinted early on. A couple of, and then throughout the 80s in the Doctor Who Weekly / Doctor Who Monthly magazine from Marvel UK, it was a running series through that. And of course, when it left Marvel and it was Doctor Who magazine, there was a comic strip that ran through that. Again, all up until around, and they still, by the way, I think the Doctor Who magazine always had comics. It still does to this day. Whereas the IDW stuff started from after, David Tennant, Eccleston and Tennant started and Smith, and it's done comics maybe ever since. So there's a lot of them out there, tons of them.
Yeah, I always saw Doctor Who comics since New Who started.
Tons of them.
Yeah.
We also nearly had DS9 Matt Smith crossover where Sontarans made an alliance with the Dominion, but that ended up getting, that would have been, I kind of like that. I kind of like the one they did with TNG and the Matt Smith Doctor. They even had, did you ever see that special issue they did? They did a short story subsect of that had the old school Tom Baker Doctor and the Cybermen meeting the original series Kirk and in Enterprise.
I don't think I bought that. Probably should have though.
It was something. There was sort of a special bonus issue based on that, because again the main story was the TNG crew meeting the Matt Smith Doctor.
Was it an imprint?
Special issue.
Was it or TNG or TOS?
But that was TNG crew meeting Matt Smith. But there was a special issue. It was either in one of those issues as a backup story that had an alternate cut. I think that's what it was. It was inside of one of those issues, but there was a backup story that was sort of a flashback.
Flashback.
Of previous Doctor, meaning the fourth Doctor, meeting a previous Enterprise crew, meeting the original series crew, and it had Cybermen in it. And this is
I'm
alternate
looking it up
cover.
now, yeah.
There's an alternate cover with the Fourth Doctor and Kirk meeting Cybermen.
Yeah, I wonder if it was, but it was a Doctor Who series, or was it one of those limited where they just
No,
called it,
it was just in that. It was in that IDW Trek
IDW
Who crossover.
Doctor. Let me see if I do Doctor Who. I'm looking at my database. Doctor Who.
Yeah, it's shown that the Doctor Who has ventured into the Trek universe before. Yes, and it was also.
Well, while I got this up, I just want to say, yeah, this is the classic with the Superman mobile, the Supermobile.
Yeah, I love it.
So, yep. So my grandfather brought me home. I don't think it was this one. I think it was the next one. But here, let's pull this over the comic base, which is connected to that website we just went to. So if we do search for Doctor Who, and it's probably very tough for you guys to read that.
See, these are some reprints of Marvel UK, Marvel Monthly Doctor Who magazine.
So this is the very first, I guess,
Dave Gibbons
Marvel comic.
No, it's not the first.
Doctor Who? No, not the first.
No.
Okay.
The first appearance of Doctor Who in a Marvel comic in the States was in Marvel Premiere something or 40 something.
Yeah.
What you're looking at there.
That's a reprint then?
It's a reprint series that later, a few years after the one I just mentioned, and it came out for a while. It just reprinted the Marvel UK stuff that was going on in the monthly magazine.
Gotcha. Yeah. So you can just see all this list. I just did Doctor Who, just did a search.
Oh, there you go. Thank you, Alejandro. He said the TOS Tom Baker portion. That's right, because it's been a while since I've read it. They were going through databanks of the Enterprise D's computers. Okay, gotcha. Thank you. And that was fun. It was a great cover. There's an alternate cover of that of Kirk and Kirk and crew with the Fourth Doctor with Cybermen on it. This beautiful cover. You can probably find somewhere. So I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go back. Say again.
Well, I was going to go through. Yeah, there's a second series. I'm just clicking through as you can see the covers there.
The one you see
second
there.
Series, that's new.
The first series with Tom Baker on it, that ran for a good long time, reprinting those stories with Dave Gibbons.
Yeah, so this, and of course, exactly. Yeah, reprint from Doctor Who Monthly, British 1 through 4, 19 to 20. That's the first issue. And then second issue is a reprint as well. Obviously, these are all reprints, like you said.
Yeah, Dave Gibbons covers.
And these are pretty affordable, too, it looks like.
Yeah, I love these. I love these covers. It's kind of fun. It was a fun series.
I mean, like this one's $4. That's a great cover.
Well, the reason why you didn't see those at the 7-Eleven, Chris Burgess, is because those were comic shop. The ones Mark's showing now were direct sales, comic shops only. You never bought these? I bought all these.
I don't have any of those. Nope.
And eventually he shaved it to Peter Davison for a while, and even Colin Baker eventually, and then and I don't know if they did if they reprinted it up to I don't know how far they reprinted these. I can't. How many issues is there?
23 is the last one.
Only 23, probably all time. Well, there you go. Look, that's some Peter.
Reprints Doctor Who 49.76, Doctor Who Winter Special 80.34, last issue Baxter Paper high end limited ad comics.
Yeah, there you go. I think so. It only went for Tom Baker. It only reprinted Tom Baker and Peter Davison stories, I guess.
You could probably find the pretty affordable set of these. I bet and they're reprints, but they're just as good to read, though. I mean,
they are colored. See, the original stories are in black and white, so they're colored reprints.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, I like these. I like the covers. They're fun comics to look at.
So they color, they ink the interiors. Then you're saying,
right? See that one with the Cybermen? Go back to that one.
Oh, go back. Yep. Oh.
They Alan Moore actually did a story for he actually did a story called Soul of a Cyberman, where it was a Cyberman that actually had a soul, and later that Cyberman became a companion of the Doctor for a while.
In the comic.
In the comic, yeah. Dave says oh man, I love that original series of Battlestar Galactica comic, man. That's one of my favorite things ever. I adore it. I don't care who says anything different. Walt Simonson was great on it. There you go. But those are fun comics to have, And they're reprints,
if you love Doctor Who, then and not too expensive.
yeah.
So second series is Doctor Number 10. It's more Tennant. And that's Matt Smith.
Yeah, this is your IDW stuff right here.
Yeah. I'm just scrolling through the covers so we can see
Doctor Who. One of those that had all yuck.
Sorry, no,
they had a series back in 2005 or so, back when they first started, which was a story that had all the doctors in it up until Smith on down. All the real deal.
Doctor Who and the Daleks.
Yeah.
That's an old one. Let's go to that one.
Yes, that's
pretty old.
Based on the movie. Oh yeah, that's very old.
Based on the movie, yep. So that $41. What's the date on that? It's 1966. Well, that's old, man. Wow. Anything in the 60s? Right. Must be decrepit by now.
That movie was that movie was something. Not really based on the show, but yep, the Cushing movie adaptation. That's right, Alejandro. Yeah.
Doctor Who Classic.
IDW stuff. Adobe coloring book art. Hey,
is that Hungry Boy? That's got to be Hungry Boy. Without looking, I'm looking at the other screen, so I can't see.
Go back to that last one. Dave Sound, what's up? Go back if you could.
A few more.
There's one with Pertwee on it. It's Classic Comics. Never mind. Probably pass it.
No, I got it. Yeah. Let's see. One of the classics, you said?
Yeah, I was just thinking they got a lot of different types. So Doctor Who Classic Comics. That's one I used to I think I still have this one somewhere. It was just a magazine size format that had a bunch of comics in it with Pertwee comics and stuff that reprinted, because they did have some strips, that were in some of those Doctor Who annuals in the 70s before he had like a magazine. Those British annuals, man. Have you ever seen those British annuals? They're so cool. I have like one or two. They're the format and everything. I have a couple of the Judge Dredd ones, but there's a Doctor Who. I had some of the Doctor Who ones. And they did those in the 70s. Every famous show had the quote unquote the British annuals. It would come like a hardcover storybook type thing that had comics and puzzles and prose fiction.
It was kind of like an annual on steroids for a comic.
Like an annual for comics. No, it had comics more in there, but it was also prose fiction. Articles about the show.
They had everything.
Games. Yeah, it was called an annual, but it wasn't like Marvel or DC comic annual. It was just an annual. Every TV show had one. I mean, all this, back then, all the big shows and Doctor Who had each year they would come out with the Doctor Who annual. I have a few of those.
Yeah. No, I mean it's like an annual on steroids, like
in the UK. Yeah. You name the show, they all had those annuals. We call them, for lack of a better term, we just call them those British annuals, and they're damn cool. Blake 7, didn't really have too many. There you go. There's a Doctor Who annual right there. That's what I'm talking about. It's not all comics.
I wonder if they list them all.
Why is that on here? Because this not really. It has comics in it.
Well, because they also expanded to books, newspapers, and magazines.
Okay. Now the first strips were Dalek strips, by the way. The first Doctor Who comic strips, I think, were Dalek strips because they were most popular.
Wow, these
Alejandro
are great.
says another Clobberin, another British character whom I love that got comics from Marvel was Thomas the Tank Engine of all things. Okay. Oh, really? Wow. Is that another annual there?
Yeah, these are all the annuals.
Oh, look, these covers are beautiful.
Let me see if I can download covers.
I think I had
get a better
two from the 80s, from the early 80s. Cover. I had a Tom Baker cover. I think I had a Peter Davison one.
Because these are pretty small.
Because they weren't distributed over here. It was just when Doctor Who got big in the early 80s, then we got some here. Some of those things are very valuable, man, because you just can't get them. Look at that. They're tiny pictures.
First one's $80. Yeah, I don't know why the pictures are so tiny. But
you have to goggle them to get to see them.
Yeah, but at least they have them. See, like people add stuff to. I wish the person scanned them bigger.
We can find pictures out elsewhere.
We can find, but this is pretty cool, though. Yeah,
yearbook. Oh, then they started calling them yearbooks, I guess, later. But they were annuals. Yeah. But they were annuals before. I have that one. Oh shit! Yeah, I think I still might have that one somewhere.
Yeah, 1986.
I might still have it. Dang.
Wow, they're still doing them.
of the strip's word, Alex, says Hunger. Okay. In the 21st Century magazine published by the Andersons in the 60s, going to the 70s, which sold millions. Oh, okay. Cool. Lady Mist. Hello there, Lady Mist. What's up, lovely
Lady
girl?
Mist.
Always nice seeing a nice, lovely lady stopping by. We always love that. We're always honored. On your P's and Q's, boys. Oh, boy. There you go. Look, that's an annual. So they still do the BBC annuals, I guess.
Yeah.
I like looking at the older ones, of course.
Oh, close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Good night, Chris Persia.
Oh, no. Good night, Chris. Yep.
Get that drivel off of there. I think he's running now. Chris Persia, take care, buddy.
Let's see what I got to find that Doctor Who with TNG series. So I just wonder what they call it.
I think it's just called.
Because it's a matter of like looking it up and.
Someone said it. It's called Doctor Who, Star Trek, Next Generation assimilation thingy or other. Somebody put it in the chat, and I'm sorry, I already lost it.
I mean, look how many Doctor Who's book I'm just flipping through, but no 13th allowed. I mean, there's a ton of books.
She's not the doctor.
Just so it's got to be a different. I mean, it's in here. I mean, I haven't found one comic book that's not in here. Doctor Who radio, look, radio special. That's a cool cover.
Always great to have you lurking there, Lady Mist. Love to see you. So, well, I think it's called either Star Trek: The Next Generation, Doctor Who crossover, or other way around. I'm pretty sure it's called Star Trek: The Next Generation, Doctor Who assimilation, assimilation or something. It has the cyborgs and it has Cybermen and the Borg, and it was pretty fun. It was kind of weird that it was actually the Cybermen was considered more dangerous than the Borg in that. Oh, I have that book.
All right, here we go. Star Trek: The Next Assimilation.
There you go.
Did I buy this? Well, we'll find out. It's in my program.
You bought them.
I didn't buy
Why
him.
would you not buy him? Why would you not buy him?
Why would I not buy him?
Why would you not buy that? What the hell is wrong with
God. Mark, gee.
What the hell is wrong with you, boy?
You buying those stupid Ms. Marvel comics? No, I wasn't buying Ms. Marvel.
Yes.
No.
What year was this anyway? Like
2012.
12. Okay. It was okay. I mean, again, the art was sort of what did you call it, Hunger Boy? Like Photoshop color book art or something. It was very like it was coming from pictures, or like they were taking it from screen. I mean, you have to look at it on the inside.
Like that's horrible. Yeah,
you got to find that great cover with the real original crew on it, though.
I'll find that. Yeah. So this is how they have 5 or 6 covers with the Amy Pond on the Enterprise.
Amy Pond on the Enterprise with the Doctor in the saying Break Show #1. There was talk. I don't know how. I don't think it's true, but people were saying that Russell T Davies and the people who were making Enterprise at the time wanted to do a crossover between, the Tenant Doctor and the 5th Doctor, or the 9th Doctor, or the 10th Doctor, rather. Look at that. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The other Cybermen.
So I'm gonna add that. I already had that listed under my wanted. See, I'd already clicked on these.
Yeah, you got to at least have that issue. With that cover. I bet that cover wasn't cheap. I bet that cover's expensive now.
Let's see. No, $2.
No. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's good to have just for the cover alone. Even if
of course now today people will sell you a graded super deluxe for who knows, but it shouldn't be that expensive. Yeah.
Yes.
And there were 4 issues. 4 issues. Oh, I do have 2 of these. I do own 2. Okay, so all is not lost.
How many issues did they do total? They did 4.
Well, I bought that. Look at that cover.
That's a nice cover.
I bought that one, and I bought this one. So why the heck did I not buy the rest of them?
Cyber Controller. So there were 4 issues total. Is that all?
No, 8 issues.
8 issues. I think I bought them all, but I can't swear to it.
Wraparound cover.
Alejandro says, hey, Brian Hubbard says, RTD wanted Trek 2 crossover. Paramount wasn't interested. That figures. Why should they?
I
But that
also
was-
own
I
issue
think
number
that was-
6.
Okay, cool. Hello, I'm the
Alright.
doctor. You must be a Cyberman. Would you like a jelly baby? I'm sorry, I don't have jelly babies. I'm all out of jelly babies. Because I'm the wrong doctor for that, sorry. You really are the doctor. Would you like a jelly baby? Would you like? So, yeah, that's cool stuff. You should probably meet a better Enterprise captain. Make it so, number one. Wee, girlies. A girly cover, yeah.
All right, Amy Pond wins.
Simulation squared.
No contest. No offense to the other.
Oh,
ladies
Amy
of Star
Pond
Trek.
wins. Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
good God, yeah. Are you kidding me? No contest here.
Yeah.
Amy Pond. It says, this is your TARDIS. It's fascinating, Doctor. Yes, get off of my TARDIS and make it so, you frog.
Well, this is definitely the best cover, though.
Yeah, that's of course the best.
Yep.
Hello, Doctor. Orak must be the master of Jelly Baby. Do it. Orak must be the master of the Jelly Babies. Jelly Babies are annoying. I'm not talking about Jelly Babies. This Doctor is quite frivolous for an intelligent being.
Let's.
Atomic Empire. So this Clobberin Time comic, should I go get it? The
Well,
cover
I mean, I ordered
the
it.
one cover we saw was kind of poopy. I have to see.
I'll show all the covers.
Claude sent me a picture. He didn't read it yet. He's going to tell me whether it's worthwhile tomorrow. But you say J-Man liked it, right? So
Yeah, let's show all the covers. So let's see. Oh, I got to go to comics, I guess. Yeah, comics.
he sent me one of the covers. He sent me isn't too bad, but we can show him and see what Hungry Boy thinks of the covers.
It was Clobberin Time, wasn't it?
It's called Clobberin Time, which I did not give them permission to.
You didn't give him permission, right? Yeah.
But they didn't put times, so I'm going to let them slide.
Was it Clobberin Time or?
Clobberin Time.
Yeah.
I will
What?
let them slide on
Why
this
is it
one.
not showing up?
Imagine Wesley meeting Adric. Good dude. How dare you? Wesley meeting Adric. They cancel each other out for their ignorance. It was a fifth Doctor crossing over to TNG. Yeah, he could lead. Yeah, God. Of course, Wesley. I never thought anyone would be worse than Adric, but Wesley is worse. Adric's annoying, but it's not. Adric doesn't kill any episode that he's in. For me, I mean, I can't stand him. Don't get me wrong. And we used to make fun of him. We laughed and made fun of him when he got killed in Earthshock. He doesn't ruin any episode he's in for me, even with his stupid little yellow outfit. Wesley destroys everything he's in touches. Okay, that's not the color.
No. Let me try to find. I just had the old one up.
Maybe you can Google him.
Yeah, I'm gonna Google it.
You
But
can
let me
probably
just.
Google
But
it.
this had. But the nice thing is these guys have all the. And I was just looking at it. Let me go on it and see if I can search here. Atomic. I'm just searching.
Hey,
off screen.
Simply Steve.
It's kind of crazy that that's not showing up.
Yes, I saw they were reviewing John Wick. I haven't seen it. The review, I'm jealous because I wanted to be there to review Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I love it. So that's cool. He's talking about our great buddy Doomcock's pop culture breakdown tonight, which I was over there watching earlier myself. So all hail.
Yep, I watched a little bit of that too. Yep. So we got Marvel's got 116 titles. Image is 76, and DC's got 73. Wow, so let's
that many
put on
titles.
Marvel. So
How
this
many
is what.
Are you count? Do they count every variant cover and all that crap too, though?
No, that just counts as a.
No,
That just counts as one. They're kind of like separate comics, like She-Hulk, Iron Man. So here's. That's all the counts.
Well, they got Monopoly. There aren't like 1,000 companies like there are now.
Yeah, but see, I guess they're counting Adam Warlock, which I purchased. Strange Tales, facsimile, that counts as a title, but you're getting just one. Look, these facsimiles are just
ain't got no tripwire anymore. You watch out, or I'll get it to tripwire.
But these are
Which is,
selling.
facsimile. Yeah, I like
They
those.
said they're selling better than some of the original,
They are.
the new comics.
I got
Obviously,
one.
right?
I got a facsimile of Avengers #9 the other day.
Yeah. So Captain Carnage.
I can't
Here we
imagine
go.
why, D-Bud. Adric was destined for greatness, but got shot down in early Davidson's Doctor Run. Oh man, I can't stand Adric. But go ahead. That's the cover that our boy Hunger Boy loves so much, right?
Yeah. Hunger Boy just said, "Don't put
Can you
my
blow
eyes out with this.
You blow that
shit
Let's
up."
blow that shit up. Can we see it or not?
Yeah. Here, let's.
I get a
It
close
is
look at
pretty
it, yeah.
horrible. Oh, it's horrendous. It's totally horrendous.
Yeah. Wow. Especially Hulk. Why does Hulk look like he's been chewed up and spit out by Godzilla?
The only thing I can say I like about this is the logo here. Maybe we'll steal that for your show.
But Benji isn't as bad as Hulk on this, but yeah, I hear you. It's just pretty crappy.
Well,
So
I guess he's supposed to be cut up here and opened up. Yeah, I'll show you the other ones.
It just looks
Poor
weird.
Hungry Boy,
Yeah.
avert your eyes.
Sorry, Hungry Boy, don't get your stinking take your stinking paws off of me, you damn dirty Cybermen.
Yeah, right.
Paraquoting there, Captain Infinity.
So here's the first issue. Does it show us all the variants here? Let's
I've
see.
seen somewhere about a
here's
guy,
the.
Scross. Oh, there's the next one. Okay.
I put a bin in, I think, for that one.
Hulk's got a belt buckle. Why does Hulk have a belt?
Oh, so his pants don't fall off.
When did he ever have a belt before?
He hasn't been working out enough.
I mean, I guess it's fair cop. Weird, but okay. I just don't ever remember seeing a belt, but I guess it's whatever. And he's knocking rocks off of the thing. Wait a minute. Is there another one? Oh, there are 3 covers?
Yeah. Well, I think there were 3 on that. Oh, no, there are 4.
4.
You got this one. This one's kind of funky in a certain way.
That's the one I think the one Claude got. It's different.
Out of all of them, I'd pick this one, I think.
I haven't seen the 4th one yet. Things worse than Aldred. Thing's face is worse than Aldred. Hungry. Let's see here.
I don't know what's going on here, but the feet are screwed up.
The feet are weird. I'd probably get this one though.
The feet are weird. What's up with the feet here, Hungry Boy?
I don't get this one either, but I just didn't like that last one too much. I'd probably get that last one, but I would the last 2.
Either this one or the last 2.
The first 2. Have we seen any interior art? Did Jay show any?
He flipped through. I mean, he just showed like a couple of pages for a couple of seconds. Yeah. It didn't look bad. I mean, these are just the covers, obviously. So, but this one's just that's a weird cut. You know, it almost kind of looks like one of the old posters or something. I think. That they tried. Like a blacklight poster. They're trying to evoke that kind of blacklight look with the colors there. I think
which one
that's
of these
what they're going for.
Which one of these covers is by the? Oh, you know what's scary? I think that cover there, the one you don't like that one, is by the guy who does the interior. Maybe not because Scross. Because look, that last cover's by Dan Jurgens.
Yeah, it's Jurgens. Yeah. Let's see who does the art on this book. Let's see.
Yeah, what's the
writer? Artist Scross. Yeah, no, that's the artist.
He's the writer and the artist. So Steve Scross.
Yeah. So Ben and the Incredible Hulk are stranded on a distant, ancient alien world where the duo must protect an ancient people against legions of deviant hordes and ultimately face the wrath of a celestial. Luckily, they have 4 fists between them. But also, did they time travel? Ancient alien.
Probably. Alejandro.
Good night.
Thank you, buddy. Have a good night. Good to see you. And Oliver says, sorry, Marvel. It's a hard pass for me. I won't spend $9 on Hickman Hitch comic book, Ultimate Invasion. Well, I don't blame you one bit, sir. I don't blame you one bit. And yes, they're probably going to be time traveling. Well, let's hope the interior looks better than that freaking cover.
So issue 2, this is the standard cover.
What? Why is Wolverine there? And why is he a bunch of bump? That's disturbing.
Well,
that cover is weird.
Oh, who is that? Who is that? A Celestial? It's supposed to be Celestial there, but why would his hand be so small?
Is that Tile Evolutionary or somebody? I don't know. You got me. That looks
They're
like
taking out
poo-poo.
all. They're de-rocking him.
I would make Mikkel's special noise, but you know
Yeah, look at the chunk out of Wolverine.
that makes me
missing.
want to throw up. Like, because Wolverine's all he's all like chunks torn out of him, and the thing's turning into mushrooms. That is absolute. Why? But why, God?
Well, remember
why?
when they pulled the adamantium out of Wolverine?
Yeah.
I like this one a
I
lot.
don't mind this one too much. They're
kinda
being
cool.
overly stylistic, but yeah, okay. But why they
They're
gotta
trying
be
for a Kirby look there.
too cute by half in some of these?
Yeah. Mushroom thing. Yep.
Wow. This is issue 2, right?
That's issue 2. So there's only 2 covers of issue 2. Then issue
Okay.
3, we've got this is the standard newsstand cover.
Okay.
Doctor Strange.
Not too
That's
good.
weird. Very weird.
You guys don't know how to draw. I mean, you suck, man. These covers. Look, I hope it's decent enough art inside for the story to be okay. I thought our boy J-Man liked it, so I'm gonna read it.
This
is
maybe it's not great, but it's better than the other one.
They just can't do covers anymore, ever. Jesus Christ, man, I'm sick of this. You don't know how to make good comic book covers, God damn it, Marvel. Jesus. Not one decent one so far.
They pulled the Adamant out of Wolverine.
That looks like chicken scratch shit on belongs on the door of the refrigerator. Shit. Every one of these. I mean, that last one was just sort of, I hear you, but holy crap, man.
No, when I was purchasing these, I'm like, there wasn't a cover where I said, oh, I got to get that one. I can't, I have to have that one. I was trying to be like, well, which is the least bad one that I want to buy?
Hoping the interior is a decent story because the freaking art on the covers is poo-poo.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's bad to say to, and it's got stuff. It's one thing if it was just mediocre. They've got some of these are so awful. This is just, but that one where what jackass approved the cover of the Wolverine lying there with his guts with his chunks of him torn out?
I didn't even notice that until we just showing it tonight. Yeah, which one was that one? It was.
That's right. Covers used to get you to buy comics, Brian. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, good covers important. Look at that. Who wants to buy that crap?
That's gross. Even if you're taking Ben's rocks off, you could do it in a much more interesting way that looks better, like so it doesn't look like a mushroom. Yeah. I guess this is gross, but it's supposed to be his skin is attached to the pieces of rock. I mean,
remember when covers were busy, by the way? And there was stuff going on. None of these covers have any background at all. I mean, talk to me about that for a second, Hungry Boy, where a cover could look like a gigantic big scene out of a movie. And now they're just pale. Every one of these covers has no personality because it's just like it's got your image of your character is fine, but it doesn't have anything in the background whatsoever to make you think that give you a sense of proportion of where they are.
Yeah.
Zakarat. And that's coming from someone who knows nothing about art. Nothing. I know what about comic book artists and the things they draw, but I know zero about it. I have no training, none, but I can look at a friggin' comic book cover and go, that's not good because it doesn't convey a comic cover can tell you a story. It can say buy this or not, but it can tell you there's something going on. Let's look at some old comic book covers and go, man, it's going to have to be Bronze Age because, man, some of those ones we were looking at from 1988 were pretty crappy, but at least they were busy. Hey, look at that Avengers #1 cover.
Right here, right? Yeah.
Classic Kirby design. That tells you all you need to know right there. You've got Loki being facing off. This is at a time when other than the Fantastic Four, the Justice League, a bunch of heroes are getting together. You've got word balloons telling you what's going to happen, and at the top, introducing everything. Look at that trouble. That cover is filled with information. The word Marvel wasn't on the original cover at the bottom there. That's tacked on. But that cover tells you a story right there. Of course, Kirby is the master of the art. Those people are idiots.
It's dynamic too. It's simple but dynamic. Yeah,
it's simple but dynamic.
Yep.
It gives you, by the way, it gives you a lot of information at the top. It tells you that this new group called the Avengers, and number one of this comic book is going to have Thor, Ant-Man, Hulk, and Iron Man. Earth's mightiest superheroes are going to be fighting, well, Loki, of course. That told you something right there.
Yeah. I can only imagine being at the newsstand. I'll take them all. I'll buy 100 of them.
Look at that that Warlock comic up there, that facsimile. Let's look at that one.
Yeah, look at that one. Yeah.
That's a facsimile coming out. Cool. That's the first appearance of, the first Starlin. I think it's the first.
Wasn't
Starlin
he in
Warlock.
Thor? Didn't he first appear in Thor?
Oh, he'd been around a while. This was when Starlin took over.
Starlin. Okay, all right.
Because they're doing that because he's going to be in Guardians of the Galaxy. Again. So again, the top of it tells you so much already because you've got, the comic title, the art, and you've got everyone. People still know who Warlock is at this point. It's a beautiful picture in the background. They have a title. It's simple, but it's exciting. It's great art. It's beautifully put together, and it tells you that we have a new beginning for this character. It still talks to you.
Yep.
Isn't some guy named Nick Weiser going to be talking about? Yeah, we're going to be in April, I think, or something. I think we're going to start reviewing the Starlin Warlock run. Debug. So I'm throwing that out as an example, and I will get that facsimile.
And this is definitely Kirby influenced with terms of the background and
they all were at that point.
Yeah.
At that point, whether your style was Kirby or not, your composition and your layout for the comics was Kirby, even if you didn't draw like him. Yeah. And they were all told, draw like Jack. They didn't mean in the literal sense. They were saying, we want the comics set up like Jack does it. For obvious reasons.
Yep.
That's what they were told.
One of the all-time great Marvel comic books, boldly represented in its original form, ads and all, reprinting Strange Tales 1975, number 178. Yep. So I bought that one. Yep.
I see shit like those covers, and it pisses me off that comics have come Avengers. So far down.
Let's see what Avengers
covers aren't everything. Covers can be lies and telling you that a comic's better than it is, but that's their job is to get you to buy the freaking comic. This sucks right here. This is terrible.
That actually looks good relative to all the other covers that they've been coming out with. I know, but just that's the sad thing. It's just like, oh, this is horrendous. Oh, my goodness gracious.
See, that's horrendous, but it's set up like a cover that's trying to tell you something. It just sucks.
Yeah. And look at Car Rider there. What'd they do to Namor? And of course they've got Captain Carter. Oh, this is just a mess.
That looks terrible.
Betsy Braddock is back as Captain Britain.
King did Warlock just before Starlin did. Great stuff. Yes, he did. Oh, look at that. Okay. See this nasty cover right here? That's horrible. Here's a simple cover that tells you a story. Right there.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah.
With one magic word. This is, I'm guessing it's Rich Buckler or somebody like that. What does it tell you right there? The whole top gives you some information that you need to know as a kid. And then it tells you, it's Captain Marvel. You just should. What's he doing? He's holding up a whole city with a chain and stuff. And when they're airplanes, it's silly. It's ridiculous. He's even talking. But it tells you a story. Because these people were storytellers. I'll go back. Let you get back to that beautiful cover you got there.
Sorry,
look at this trash. No. I mean,
that'd be pretty good if like a sixth grader did it, I think.
Looks like a sixth grader would do better.
But it looks like a very anime attempt, or I don't want to disparage anime, but it looks like they're doing bad anime there.
I'm throwing random covers at you, compared covers by real comic book artists. Okay, look at that. It's just boring, right?
It's okay. Yeah, but it's okay. It's just okay though.
Right.
I mean, you're not always gonna hit it out of the park. The art's not bad in that, at least.
Throw another one at me. And I'll throw one.
Captain America: Sons of
Liberty.
What time is that?
Okay, it's pretty good art. It's fine. I mean, I guess
that passes.
Why are their covers always so blank looking though?
Well, because they want people to sign and do sketches on them.
Oh God, I hate your answer because it's so true. So God, right? Jesus Christ, did you have to do that perfect answer? It sucks.
Perfect answer.
Okay, find me another. Most of them are bland. Okay, look at this crap. This is just dull and stupid. Look at this cover. What does that cover? It's simple. There again, I'm fighting simple with simple here. Simple stuff. An issue of the Incredible Hulk. Look, it's Hulk, and he's Marvel's TV sensation, and he and Captain America are about to get busy on some bad dudes shooting at him. Boom, sold. Right?
Right.
It's just, that's a comic book right there. That's a comic book. The other thing you showed me looks like some pamphlet with silly scribblings all over it. Oops, what'd I do? I did something wrong. Oops, sorry. Oh, okay.
Oh, there
Go
we
ahead.
go. Yep.
What else you got for me? Oh, sorry.
Let's see what. Here, let's see here. Well, this is just random. Let's see. Oh, there's Clobberin. Clobberin time. Oh, Cosmic Ghost Rider.
That sucks. I mean, the
That's
art's
bad.
okay, but it's just a dumb idea. Again, you got a title and you got nothing else.
That's it. Yeah.
What else you got there?
Let's see. Danny Ketch Ghost Rider.
Okay, that's
all
okay
right.
art. I mean, I guess
That one's
fine.
okay,
I'm not
yeah.
big on the modern art, but I got to be fair to them too. You know,
That
'Cause
one's
I'm a-
okay.
I
Yeah.
want to knock one of these covers down into the dirt with something.
Oh, Daredevil got a beard.
Oh, that sucks. Okay, look at this.
Oh, here's another Daredevil.
That's a
one, yep.
friggin' story right there. That's a cover. That's a comic book cover right there and a half,
Yep.
man. What does that tell you? Joker has got fish in his hands with his face on him. It's Marshall Rogers and Terry Austin. Guys who, I mean, look at the layout. Look at everything. It's just perfect. It's beautiful. It's now. I think he meant this is no. I mean, I think this is now officially as bad as Tripweiser. I'm sorry, cat horns. But hey, Hungry Boy, we're standing up. We're fighting against bad comic book art here. I thought you'd be on my side on this one. He's not supporting our fight against shitty comic book covers and this crusade. They're blank. They're blank looking because BG's backgrounds take time, and the pseudo artists need to update their Insta to get a date on Tinder.
Right.
You know you're in trouble when Bazooka Joe comic rappers have better art and stories. Yes, indeed, Brian. Oh shit!
The Spider-Man got turned into a dinosaur.
Spider-Man dinosaurs. This is
Edge of the Spider-Verse.
I guess it's cute, but I don't know.
It's cute.
I can't
yeah.
stand Spider-Verse shit. And this is nice art right here. Who did this?
Ooh.
Ross?
That's got to be Ross.
All right, this is a waste because it's a pretty interesting cover, but it's on that shitty modern Fantastic Four, regular Fantastic Four title, so it bites donkeys.
Can't have that logo. You can't have that logo. Let's see Fantastic Four. Let's see what the covers look like lately. So that
but it's based on that new shite.
Yeah. It's
FF run.
So it's Ross, I guess. Yeah, on that cover. Let's see this one.
Fight is making me bar.
That's
That's a nice
good.
cover.
That's
Yeah,
classic Reed Richards.
That's wasted there, though.
We're never gonna get that Reed Richards.
No, we got it in that one comic.
Yeah, no, that's.
We did get it in that one comic, though.
So what are these out? 215. That's
Okay,
kind of cool, Benji. But this is Ross, though. One of the
very
great...
abstract, but yeah, it's Ross. I think it's Ross. I mean, it might not be Ross.
Yeah, that's Ross. Yeah, yep. Ross. Black
Is
and
it
white,
Ross?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Let's see. You got all right. Let me see that one with Cassidy. Okay, I like Cassidy. That's still kind of
this one here.
cover.
Yeah, that's not a good cover though. Yeah.
No, and I like John Cassidy, but he's just sort of. I mean, look, they got the right costumes mostly. I don't like the Force. The Force look like shit, but the colors, all right. What else you got? How many freaking covers do you have on these things?
Well, this is issue 1. They did.
What about that Zulu?
FGHIJKLMN.
Look at all these covers.
They did up to letter N.
Oh God! Look at that Miller thing. Oh, this is for you, Hungry Boy. If you could keep from barfing on this one, brother.
Oh my God! Well, you can tell that's Miller there by the art. That's for sure. What the hell happened up here?
Yeah, I guess.
What is he losing rocks? He's exfoliating.
He's pissed off. I guess he's shedding.
Oh, that's so bad.
That sucks.
1 in
I
400.
can't wait to
That
see
one
Humber
was.
Boy's response to that one.
And you know how much it goes for? $225.
$1,000. What? Why? Because
Because
Frank Miller?
they only printed 400 of them.
Jesus.
Yep.
Why? Yeah. Well, good for them. Well, there's a Kirby. Now, see that the Kirby one. That's the one I would want. And by the
Kirby
way,
Hidden Gem.
By the way, folks, yes, it's a Kirby one, but it's heavily re-inked. But still, it's Kirby. That's one I would get. That's based on an old pinup.
1 in 50.
They stole that from an old pinup, so they didn't like that. The Kirby's didn't make any money on it.
$26. Wow. Huh? And then
What's
this was the
there?
original cover. That's not.
I mean, it's nice art, I guess, but yeah, as again opposed to covers like this. I mean, this tells you a whole story right here.
Yep.
Jim Aparo. Look how it's laid out. I mean, I don't like to use pretentious artist words because hey, Apollo meets Minion. Good to see you, right there.
Yeah.
Hail to you and the pepperoni. A pepperoni. Ba 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 ba. But is it safe to say the word composition? Hungry Boy. In other words, something that's laid out to look. I mean, it looks like a movie. You got look at in the distance back there.
The logo's great too. It's a great logo.
You got a great logo. You've got depth to the backgrounds. You've got something telling you a story. This is a classic Aquaman cover by Aparo. Telling you what's going on. It just tells you so much about it. I mean, it's just incredible.
Yeah, as Raquel would say, it's a gooder.
Nice stuff. But that's a comic book right there, not this ugly drivel to do down. It scratches my eyelids out. What else you got? Oh, what in the mother of what is that?
The Torch. FF #1, yep.
Who would buy that cover?
Well, look, you could always go with the blank cover.
That's the best art of all of them. I'm just kidding. Some of them are good. It's got perfect choice there. Film posters, but for comics, as I said back during the trip agony. Oh, this sucks. Oh my god, man. Oh my god. This sucks. What third grader drew this? What kindergartner drew this?
Noto Extreme. I don't know. Well, that's they got about 12 variant covers for this month. That's Art Adams, so that's a pass.
Art Adams is good. Again, it's all filled up because they probably told them, look, I don't know.
No, that's a good one. Yeah,
that's good enough.
But the thing that's crazy is like I was saying that they have, and there's another Ross one.
That's nice.
They, a lot of these sales, people go out and buy, multiple. If you like the FF, I only bought one of these, but
you're a sadist.
A sadist. Yeah. We showed that one.
Every now and then
people,
go ahead.
No. As I say, people, they hope that you collect these and then you buy 12 of them or whatever. Yes, the sales go up, but then
right.
Or they do limited editions. You have to bid on these to buy these, or
right.
Because only so many go to stores. So I think that's a crappy cover.
That sucks.
Interlude. Campbell Retro. 1 in 200. Is that supposed to look like Burn a little bit? I
don't think so, but I mean, who knows? I mean, at least the costumes are. I mean, like there, see, the costumes are correct, if nothing else.
Yeah.
Not that matters. Again, another random
$100
cover. Random cover. Look at that.
Ross. This is Ross.
I mean, that's cool. Here. Again, it's busy. A lot going on, but that's on a comic. See, this is on a comic book rack. And it's trying to get a kid to take it off and spend his 35 cents on it. And you got to give him something exciting. I like that. By the way, am I the only one that likes that Captain Britain costume better than the later one? Probably.
Yes, you are. I probably am. Kind of. It is not a bad costume.
You like the white one?
I just like the white one. Yeah, that's the one I knew first.
I like that one better. But again, that's an exciting cover, and that is supposed to get you, even whether it works or not, I guess, but it's supposed to get you excited about a comic book. That's where I had that one. What were you showing me there?
Well, that's
the last
Ross,
one?
so of course it's goodness.
Jesus. No, I didn't get a chance to see the Ross one very
Oh,
well.
I'll go back. Yeah, unless you want me to keep the furry one up.
That's right. Thank you. No. Okay, that's nice. Too bad it's wasted on that new crap. That's nice.
That is nice. Yeah. That's nice. Yeah. Oh, and let's see
we're
what
killing Hungry Boy.
Retro Sue. Yeah.
Okay, cute enough.
That's good. Yeah.
I guess.
Sue's always cute.
Interesting.
Yeah. So we got kitty cats.
Oh, please. Fantastic cats.
Come on, who wants me to make a new background for Clobberin Time screen with that?
It's Simply Steve as I liked the covers from the 90s that were embossed, gatefold, die cut, not ordinary multi covers. No thanks. Yeah, die cut. They used to aggravate me as a dealer. That really got annoying. The die cuts and the embossed and the all that kind of crazy crap, and the lenticular covers and the holographic covers and all that kind of noise. This doesn't really do it for me, really. I mean,
it's not bad though.
It's good art. Look, I can't do that. I can't do any of these things these people are doing, but I don't work in comics either.
What the hell is that?
This needs to be somebody needs the crap kicked out of them for this one.
Metaphorically speaking, of course.
I know they're just doing some kind of crazy art style. I mean, I can appreciate that as some weird piece of weird art.
Watercolor looks like
art can be weird. I'm fine with it.
He's got a Thanos chin there.
Ross is the kryptonite to the craptastica.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
This is nice. Yeah, that's a nice.
Guess who that is? Oh, well, it's always Alex. The Ross ones that we say are good. Yeah.
The dude doesn't have to do interiors much. If he would give us one of those Fantastic Four books like he did this last year, once every couple of years, I'd be happy. Well, you forced me to pull out another old comic cover. Just for I mean, look at that. Not great art, but a relatively competent artist. But busy and telling the story, and it tells you what's going on, and it gets the job done. And I'll take these very simple old covers any day. You understand what I'm saying?
Yep. It's Jimenez.
I don't like that one too much.
Yeah, it's supposed to be a tribute cover. And this is going to be Ross. So he knows how to do the torch. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nice. Pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, obviously.
And this is Sway, 1 in 25. I don't like Sue there. I don't like anything here. I guess. Yeah, I'm like, that doesn't look good. That doesn't look good. Yeah. This is the Planet of the Apes one.
Oh yeah, Marvel's doing that stupid Planet of the Apes thing they're doing this month.
Yeah. Was it this month or they started? Oh yeah, it started last month. Yeah. That's kind of silly. Yeah. I mean, I like the idea of this cover, but the art is not good. That could be like an old style, where they had the Baxter building and showing everything that's going on, and they've got Ben and Alicia. But yeah, this is not good art.
Nah.
Alex Ross, yeah. Looks very 60s there, which is great. More Alex Ross. Well, that's fantastical.
What?
What's going on here on this cover? Wow. It's everything here, yeah. Hungry Boy, make it stop.
What? Now, come on, Hungry Boy, you can take it. What? I didn't see that one.
Oh,
that's
this,
a good one.
Yeah, this is Ross too, but I don't know what the heck is happening here. It's fantastical, yeah.
Hungry Boy, just for you, buddy. Since you've been suffering, you've been suffering, so here you go. You said he wanted a Fantastic 478 cover.
Think no more. Oh, I've got that. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
What do you think? HB better?
Yep.
I mean, there are a lot of great covers that could be. I mean, there are a lot of covers I like more than that one, but I do like that one, of course, because it's Kirby, man. Makes sense.
That's a classic. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. In fact, let's give him one more.
Give him one more
How about
good
we give
one.
him
Yeah.
one?
Yeah.
These are to make up for all this torture, or this one here, another one to make up for all the torture. HB. My opinion, I love this cover even more. Since we're looking at those silly Fantastic Four covers, let's go with some real deal greatness. Fantastic Four, shall we?
Sure. 77. Do I have that one? I don't think I own that.
What about that one, buddy? That's a masterpiece. How about that one? What do you think, Hungry? Little Kirby cure there. Yeah, let's see. Let's surprise him with one. If you name, or do you have a favorite FF cover? That's tough, man. I mean, it's tough to come up with a favorite FF cover. I grant you.
100's a good cover too. I mean, there's so many. I'm trying to think of, in the course of Galactus saga and number 3 when they get their uniforms and the first Doctor Doom. But I mean, there's so many great covers.
Yep. I mean, they're all just so many. It's tough to pick them all.
Yeah.
But you know what? So many of them are better than the ones we were just looking at.
But they say there are a couple of good new ones, though, with mainly Alex Ross. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, some of them. DC Heroes Against Hunger. Number 1 way back in 1986 had a powerful cover. Cover had Superman, Batman, Lex Luthor. Was that a Neil Adams cover, or was that a Helen White? DC? I thought that was a Neil Adams cover, wasn't it? I'll check and see. DC Heroes Against Hunger. Let me see who did that cover. Now you got me wondering about that.
Good night, Dave G. Sound. Thanks for hanging out.
Good night, Dave G. Yeah, that was an Adams cover. I remember. I think. Yep, Adams cover. There you go. Thought so. Remember that comic? I bought it.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I'll show it. Yes, this cover was pretty good. I remember this one now. I don't know what made you think of that one, Oliver, but ask and you shall receive.
The only thing I don't like is heroes getting involved in real world stuff, but
no, this was a charity book though.
Charity though,
yeah. Heroes Against Hunger. You know,
it was a time of Live Aid and all those concerts.
By the way, this book was way better than Heroes for Hunger, I thought. Because Heroes for Hunger, I thought was a little bad taste, to be honest.
A little bad taste, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what? Come on, guys. Just because you shouldn't. Just because you superheroes get to eat 3 squares a day doesn't mean everybody else can. You heartless bastards. Right. Yeah. Good night, Deep Bud.
Take care, Deep
Bud. Take it easy, man. So there you go. Heroes are saying, you know something? I think Hunger sucks, but Lex Luthor saying, listen, jerks, Hunger's great. Screw you.
That's great.
Yeah. I like being hungry, and you should try it out sometimes, you big pigs. And who wants... Let's see, he goes, they're dying, Superman, and not all your power can save them, as Lex Luthor saying. So, what are you trying to say, Lex? Are you trying to say that you caused all this? Can't find a good cover of it, a picture of it. Oh well. I bought this when it came out because it was a Neil Adams cover. It's not because I cared. Not because I cared about hunger or anything. Nah, kidding. Jesus Christ. So yeah.
Oh, there is one more Kirby cover coming out.
There you go. Kirby.
It's Kirby. It's Kirby. It's inked kind of weirdly though. There's that many.
It's heavily re-inked. This was taken from I think from an old pinup or something. And
When they used to do those Marvel Bulletin pinups, you mean?
right,
Or,
it is just heavily recolored and re-inked. So yeah, it doesn't. Yeah,
so that one's coming out in a couple months. I don't know. Should I buy that? Oh, it's $10. So you gotta view all 8 covers for this issue. Let's see. So then you got to
Yeah.
pick. You pick which cover you want if you sub. I sub to them. That's all right. Not great, but all right. It's passable.
yeah, it's okay.
But then see, that's what happens. You got 8 covers to pick. It's ridiculous. It's like
so freaking. Whoa! What the bloody hell? I think I saw this somewhere.
Fantastic Four 7 and wraparound connecting variant.
That's a cover. That's a cover, right?
It's a cover, I guess. Wraparound. Excuse me, wraparound
poster.
cover.
That's a freaking poster right there.
Wow, I got Sharon Ventura. The Hulk looks horrible. My God. I mean, I love looking through this and trying to name, as many characters as you can. And that's nice. They do have the FF and the original, astronaut suits. That's kind of cool.
Where?
The lower left.
Where are they?
Bottom left.
Okay, that looks good. It's
That's
interesting.
good.
It's an interesting piece.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a pretty interesting piece. They got everybody who's ever appeared in an FF comic in there, including Sharon Ventura.
Yep.
And a bunch of people. There's Galactus is way up there, and he's cut off almost like they got Galactus cut off a little bit.
Yeah.
You couldn't fit me in the picture, you little fools. Dr. Doom's up there, so you better believe you better have me up here, Biatch. Yeah.
Wow, they fit a lot of characters in there. Yeah. Well, usually that was the oh God, who did I'm forgetting the name of one of my favorite artists, but did all the
very true
George Perez always did those great covers that went out.
True Hunger Boy, yeah. Was it left field? Is that Rob Liefeld there?
Oh, it is Liefeld, yeah. Look at the feet.
Yeah,
of course, I'm thinking of that.
No
Hunger
way
Boy
he really did that.
It's too good for Liefeld.
This looks too normal for him. He maybe did like a little outline, and one of his babies did it for him. I don't know, man. I don't know. But the thing looks like shit.
Liefeld after Kirby.
I guess he was trying to be Kirby. Tribute? Yeah, the thing looks terrible. Everybody else looks sort of, I guess normal. That's a play on Fantastic Four number 52, that cover. The Deadpool's in the place where it should be, where Black Panther was.
Yeah. That was the first appearance of Panther, right? Yep.
Yeah. So,
Fantastic Four numbers. Yeah, so that's coming out in May. Yep. So that one's $6.
You don't still buy that comic, do you? Why do you still buy that? Even though Dan Slott's gone, it's still shitty writing.
Yeah, I know, but I have my run going.
There's one thing before I got here that I got to show you.
I got every issue up from 100 up, so I don't know. I should stop, but.
Did you see this article? All right, let's see here. Before we get out of here, folks, one last bit of an article that from earlier. Marvel Zombies loot Indiana Superhero Museum. Thieves steal rare Marvel comics, including Captain America #1. The burglars who broke into the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum in Eckerd, Indiana, early on the morning of March 19, seemed to know what they were looking for. In 4 minutes, they stole 50 comics, all Marvel titles, as well as items including a Captain America badge and 2 Incredible Hulk scripts signed by actor Lou Ferrigno. Alan Stewart, executive director of the museum, told WNDU News that the burglars broke into 8 display cases in just a few minutes. Among the stolen items, a copy of Captain America #1 from 1941, which Stewart said is one of the only 2 that are on display in museums. The thieves also took a number of rare first issues and autographed comics and damaged the museum's statues and display cases. Stewart has set up a GoFundMe to pay for repairs and replace some of the items, and he has also appealed to the burglars to return the books, saying You've stolen history that's irreplaceable and that we share with the public and needs to come. Where do they think they're going to sell these things? By the way, I mean, how they, whatever. The museum.
Well, are they
small-
graded? Or are they CGC graded?
I don't think. I
Probably
think
not, right? So how
at
would
a
you know?
museum
Right?
they might be. The museum is a small nonprofit. Could not afford to insure the rare comics, and they have moved the remaining comics, valuable comics, to a secure location. Anyone with information about the robbery and the whereabouts of the stolen comics could call Eckhart Police Department at 574-295-7070 or email them at tips@eckhartpolice.org. Here's a list of the stolen comics. Captain America #1 in a hero restoration shell with a Bonnet's bookstore stamp. That means that's where it was originally sold, I guess. Captain America #37, signed by Alan Bellman. He was the artist, for those who don't know. Captain America Sentinels of Liberty brass badge. They used to give those out to kids. Young Allies #1. Wow. Hulk #1. I guess they mean Incredible Hulk #1 and #2. I'm guessing they mean the originals. Because it was called Incredible Hulk, right? Maestro series #1 and 2. That's way later, though. What the hell? Okay. So who knows what Hulk that was? 1979 Incredible Hulk script signed by Lou Ferrigno, 2 copies. Hulk magazine with Lou Ferrigno image signed by Ferrigno. X-Men #1 reprint signed by Stan Lee.
I've got that one.
X-Men #1 and 2 and 109, 129, and 122. Giant size X-Men #1 signed by Chris Claremont. Tales of Suspense 39. That's first Iron Man. CGC graded at 7.5. Wow, that's high. Tales of Suspense 50 and 51 and 52, 57 and 58. Tales of Status. Okay, anyway, a bunch of issues of Avengers signed by Roy Thomas. And Superior Iron Man #1. Who gives a crap about that? So
how can they not have them insured?
I don't know. They said they can't afford it. So this Captain America,
I guess it's worth so much. How much is that worth?
A lot, but I mean, I don't think they have it listed on here. Okay, let's see.
What does
here's
that mean?
the pictures.
Hero restoration. What does that mean? Hero restoration.
I'm not sure. It's not CGC.
Restored
is it?
version, or
it's restored by probably Bill Surreal, whoever used to do that back then. So yes, I don't. Hero was one of those restoration companies, I think. So it's a restored copy.
So it's not worth as much, but still worth a lot.
No, but it's still worth a lot. But it is restored. There've been a lot of comics that have been restored. So, so there's that one. Here's the pictures of what's been stolen. Captain America 37. Boy, wow! Look at the shit. Signed by Alan Bellman, at least allegedly. Look at it's got that. Look at that. That's
the shield.
Sentinels of Liberty shield. Yeah.
Yep.
Hey, Sean Carter.
Hey, Sean Carter.
Good to see you, buddy. Let's see here. There's a giant size X-Men #1, ostensibly signed by Claremont, I guess it said, right?
Yep.
Incredible Hulk 1 and 2.
Look, he's green now.
He's green. Tales of Suspense 50.
The Mandarin.
There's the first Iron Man appearance from the
39.
Suspense 39. Tales to Admonish. X-Men 1.
Classic.
Young Allies. So that's some of the. So anyway, that's some of the stuff there on that were stolen. What a damn shame. Jerks.
Well, I guess yes. So some of those issues are so expensive. The insurance. I mean, in the old days, like you could, put your comics on your rider on your insurance on your house,
right?
And now they don't let you do it anymore because it's a
nonprofit museum. Yeah.
Yeah,
so
it sucks.
That's a shame. Well, sorry to hear about that. What are they? Museum that you want? What are they again? The find the name of the museum again. I lost it. Well, museum. I'm sorry about that. Yeah.
When the old, if you had them graded and CGC'd, at least they're in slabs, but that doesn't keep someone from taking them out of the slab anyway, right? I mean, if it was an idiot that sold it, they'd try to resell it and it would be for CG with the CGC serial number.
Right.
They'd get caught maybe, but
yeah,
you can still pop, unfortunately pop that out. But like I always tell the story, my local shop, he got broken into Timeless Journey, and they stole like $30 out of the register. And Paul, the owner, he was, he was kind of pissed because they broke a window, but he's like, obviously they're just looking for drug money, but he's like, he had like all the valuable X-Men, he had like Silver Surfer #1. He's like, I had thousands of dollars of comics because he had all his best comics behind the register, which typically places do, all the good stuff. He's like, had they just taken any one of those books, they would have had thousands of dollars, and none of them were CGC graded. He's like, they obviously, thankfully they had no effing clue of what they were doing.
Yeah. Damn shame.
Well, maybe they stole the Miss Marvel comics.
Yeah. Who was
Hey, your old toys.
Your old toys. What's up, buddy? Well, all right, man. Well, we've been here a while now. I want to thank everyone for hanging out with me tonight, and thank, of course, the great engineer, Chief Engineer Mark, for hanging out with me and stuff. I always enjoy
Glad to be with
hanging
you.
with you, and it was a lot of fun for
Congrats
me anyway.
On your comic anniversary.
Oh yeah, that's right. My comics anniversary is my store.
We're gonna sing happy birthday to you.
No, I wouldn't go that far. It's not a birthday. So let's see. Show notes. What you got going on?
Well, of course, we're going to talk about the clubhouse tomorrow night, or now today in my time zone, and then I'm going to try to do the watch party for our favorite show, UFO, which is the episode Exposed. It's my niece's birthday, so we're going out for birthday pizza. Nick Weiser would approve, so but I won't be back too late, so I got to work the watch party around that. So but that'll be coming up tomorrow, hopefully.
Okay.
And that's about it. Sunday Night Geekery, of course.
Sunday Night Geekery, 10 Eastern.
10 Eastern.
Tomorrow night, everybody, I will be, of course, with the great Tom Connors on Midnight's Edge After Dark, and that August group, 7 Central. Then at 9 Central, our wonderful first officer, Raquel, and, of course, the great Mark D with a C will join me. Thank you, Retro Nerd Girl. I appreciate you saying that. You're too kind. Retro Nerd Girl, you got to, one of these nights, come hang with me as well, if you could, on a Wednesday night, if you ever have the time. Just to talk movies and stuff. Of course, I'm not not in your class when it comes to movies, but I could learn. But let's see here. Again, I want a big shout out. Thank you to the great Captain Infinity. Oh, thank you for those kind words. You're too kind, buddy. For having me on his show. I was very honored. I went on his channel today and hung out with him and his buddy and Scott, and had a great time doing that. Scotty, that is. And thank you, buddy, for having me on there. I was honored to be asked on, and hope we can talk and get some Trek again soon one day, and comics, of course, one day. And in the meantime, everyone, please subscribe to all these great people in here. There are links to many great friends' channels in my description below, including Captain Infinity and Beyonds, and the wonderful Retro Nerd Girl, and many, many others of people and friends here. Please go to those. Tomorrow night, the Clubhouse, 9 p.m. Central Standard Time with Raquel and Mark. Friday night at my buddy Nick Weiser's show, 8:30 p.m. Central, for the Friday night comic shop gang that we hang out with. And then, of course, Saturday night Star Trek. In our ongoing quest to review all of real Star Trek, we will continue with starting with season 6 of Deep Space Nine. 4 more episodes to review. And then Monday night, Mark C. Comics Talk. I will be at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time, counting down my favorite episodes of the Justice League / Justice League Unlimited animated series, which I love dearly. And it's going to be tough to pick them out, but to choose that favorites of those, but I'm going to do it. And so I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to that. And, look, thank you all for being here with us tonight. The lovely ladies who joined us, the wonderful Retro Nerd Girl, Lady Mist, the lovely Sherry, Stunt Brat. We shout out the ladies first because it's ladies first, of course.
Yeah.
Because that's just the way we roll.
They're much better than us.
They're way better than us. The ladies, we love them. Of course, the great Eric K, the Bronze Wrencher, and this pupper, and Chris Persia, the Vindicated Wrench of the North. D. Bud Martin, the Wrench of Iron, Lord Thoth, and Lady Thoth. Avon lives, long lives the Legion, God of Wrenches, and their puppy, my partner in crime on earth be the great J-Man, the vindicated. Sorry, that's Chris, but he is up north though. The Wrench Without Fear, the great Hungry Boy, master of the Clobberin and great artist of the cover of science fiction tales by R.M. Briggs. Kal-El, the Super Wrench, Maddie's daddy, Wheeler from Schmalnier, and of course the great Phantom Outsider. And hello to Polomies Minion, who's out there as well. Another lady out there that we love, and her little pepperoni. Let's see who else was here with us tonight that we must shout out. Minimus is here, of course. Let's see here. Lady Mist, the great Donnie Pearson, Dave. Let's see here. Captain Infinity and beyond the aforementioned. Oliver Belamonte, Your Old Toys. Could not be reached for further comment. Sean Carter. Simply Steve 68. Brian Hepburn. Death Ray All Out Attack. Let's see here. Oliver Belamonte. Let's see. We like to get everybody here. We don't like to leave anybody out. Just not how we roll up and you. So don't take a second. Well, it takes a while, but I want to get everybody. Just once in a while, we just want to do it that way. Not always. Dave G Sound. And if I miss anybody, it's just because I'm probably scrolling the thing too fast, so I apologize. Alejandro Flores Ibarra. Thank you. I need vamping like noise to get me by.
Yeah,
you never know.
So we need the robot chicken.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun,
I love that. You know what that's from, right?
You told me, and I'm already forgetting.
Dawn of the Dead.
Oh,
This is the original Dawn of the Dead film, the real one. Has that in the mall, and where they all get, they're all held up in that mall. There's
okay.
this mall music over the loudspeaker and
that's
the
it?
thing, and it's that's where it comes from.
Wow.
Everyone has to. I bet some of you knew that. Alejandro Flores. Oh, I said that. Hello, Alejandro. I met John Rupus Shaggy. Let's see here. Pop Culture Republic. I believe he had to leave. Strange Marvel Theories. Thank you so much, and for your kind super chats as well. I appreciate you. And by the way, anyone lurking out there, we thank you so much, and really appreciate you. And anyone listening on a rewatch or a download, thank you so much. JT Kirk, yo brother, stepping out to Eden, yay brother. J Picasso, Keely Chow, roll that Keely Chow. Now I'm going to start getting close to making the bet. Or how close are we? Do we got everybody? Do we not? Is it going to be somebody I missed? What do you think? The Woke Breaker. Now start. What do you think?
Yeah, probably missed someone. I got to miss someone.
You saying I missed somebody? Oh, ye of little faith.
You have little faith.
Oh, I didn't. You lose.
I lose.
Yeah.
What do I win? The new horrible cover from Clobberin, #1.
That's right, Al. You lost. And let me tell you what you didn't win. A case of Turtle Wax. A 5-year subscription. All right. So there we go, everybody. I'm going to play us out of here with these messages and these other wonderful things, and have a fantastic continuance of your weekend. I hope to see you here tomorrow night. Goodbye, everybody.
Clobberin.
No.
Get those nerds! 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 What? I just love clobbering time.